microphones.
Well, yeah, this is a anti-vibration stand,
Oh,
I have
gotcha.
a cheap headset.
and then I've got a pop filter in front.
Yeah, he's got a good setup.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
I mean,
surprised this is the first time you're seeing it, though.
It's usually off
Well,
camera.
say it must
yeah,
have
it's
been
usually
off
like
camera
right
or
around
something before,
here.
possibly.
Might
Because
even
I
be
always
further
see the
over.
pop. The pop block,
Pop.
at least. And
I
I
mean,
can tell
pop.
that it's a
That's-
suspended one.
To me, I have to do it with my radio broadcast background. Like in college, I have to have it,
Okay.
and I like to get up and close in it, like blah. All right,
Gotta
dice.
tongue the mic.
Tongue the mic. Just shove that fucker in your mouth.
I was making sure we have some volume.
All right,
I
my
don't wanna lose
dice.
everything again. When last we left our intrepid investigators, they were perched in the woods on the edge of the ruined village of Dunwater, in a swamp. Rain pouring down.
I feel like I missed something.
No. You were there.
No.
You guys reached the edge of the village. Not the edge of the
Okay.
village. You're back from the village in the woods, in the trees.
Like
Professor
we're still
Steloid is looking through.
across that stream.
Yeah, you're the other side of the stream on the map. Professor Steloid was looking through his field glasses. Hazard was talking about what to do. Pete Sutter is sitting under a tree trying to clean his piece, which appears to be a Colt revolver, and complaining a lot. Jim Bat is checking checking his weaponry. He's got 2 rifles. He's carrying an old Springfield muzzleloader. He's carrying a 50 caliber Hawkins rifle, which is a muzzleloader, and he's carrying a 52 Sharps rifle that Professor Steloid lent him. Daniel Graves appears to be unarmed, but he is standing near Mr. Hazard. I don't remember what Fernando and Loren were doing. Ooh, pardon me.
I remember what
Fernando-
Fernando was doing.
What was Fernando?
Fernando was sneaking.
Yeah, you got those.
Very
That's right.
slowly
Fernando
sneaking
has
up the
just
street.
arrived. Like, he was sneaking super slow, and after the conversation, he finally arrived, and kind of like probably gives you a nod and a grin. You know, I believe Fernando has a rifle as well, don't you, Fernando?
Yep. Rifle and then a pistol on his hip.
Right. Loren Hutton also has a rifle. I think you had a repeating, like
He's got a
a
Winchester
Winchester repeating rifle or carbine.
carbine.
And then William Hazard has a Hazard repeating rifle, I believe, that you got from the marshal out of the evidence boxes. Jameson's coming out. Christmas of whiskey. And William Hazard, do you have a sidearm? I do not recall.
Not currently,
Oh, me?
Unless-
Yeah,
Sorry?
Hazard. Does Hazard
unless you
have
got it back.
Yes, I grabbed a hazmat.
Oh, that's
Also?
right. He's got this massive, heavy-looking pistol on his side that appears to have 2 barrels. Actually, you probably couldn't see it in the holster. And the 7 of you, have discussed how to approach this village to scout it out. You've seen that there are several natives in the village. It is impossible to tell at this distance, Hazard, whether or not these are some of these messed up Indians, basically, as has been called in town, the ones that escaped from jail after it was lit on fire that night, as you watched and did nothing. Anyway,
I did something.
Oh, you did something. That's true. But anyway, you're unable to tell if it's the same. Mutated. They had big eyes, and their mouths seemed too wide, and their skin was real loose around their neck. A lot of them were losing most of their hair and almost looking scaly looking skin. They just looked terrible. But you can't tell with these; they're too far away. And at that moment, Professor Steloid sits down, and he kind of does like this, and he's looking a little green around the gills again. If you remember correctly, I believe on the boat ride here, he was puking pretty much the whole way. Obviously, he's not over his seasickness yet. And with a gurgle, he says, I'm good. He doesn't have his normal stamina apparently about him, and he usually fills a room. I'm going to go back to the boat. I don't feel. I feel ill. And then he stumbles away. He does not retrieve the Spencer that he lent to Jim Bat. He just heads away with his camera. Apparently, is the only. He didn't even have a weapon. All he had was a camera. I guess he was going to document this whole thing.
I'll take pictures.
Mm-hmm. So he's going to head back up the coast towards the boat to Tom and Will, who you know are in the excise cutter. Yeah, the excise cutter Dispatch, I believe is the name of the ship. Waiting about a mile up the coast in a cove. You don't think he'll have any problems. You guys didn't run into anything on the way down here, except mosquitoes and buzzing gnats and insects and that kind of stuff. From the woods you can see there's it must be the Dunwater River. It's about bursting its banks with water. It's rough, muddy, pouring into it goes down, pours into the sea. There is a small bridge that's built over it. It doesn't look it looks a little rickety. And then that goes back up into the swamp, into the Saltmarsh or whatever is around this area, which is very wooded, so it's probably mostly fresh water. What do y'all want? And you guys are in like a slightly raised area with like a mound in front of you that gives you complete cover as long as you don't like stand up or stand on top of it. You can peek over the top and there's very little chance. And the rain is just pouring down. It's just coming down in buckets. Everybody's pretty much soaked to the skin. Who has like a rain slicker on? Did anybody get? I know Staloid
got
did.
one.
You got one. So you've got a rain slicker.
Yeah.
How about Hazard?
I think I'm wearing like if they had it, the water retardant type of nice coat.
Okay, yeah. You could probably have one of those. Does Hutton have any kind of rain gear?
He does not.
No, neither does do any of the other three NPCs. Bat and Sutter and Graves. So they're soaked right through the skin. So you're in the same boat with them, Hutton. It's cool out, not really cold, but you're starting to feel it since you've stopped moving. It was a terrible ride here. The rain is just pouring down. The ocean is crashing against the coast. You've already discussed possibly trying to get closer, but you really haven't gone into a lot of detail yet. So, there you go. What do you want to do?
Well, I don't know about y'all, but I think we should head a little northeasterly, cross this small creek, and then approach from the woods on the backside near the cemetery.
You're not sure if it's a cemetery or some kind of animal enclosure at this juncture.
Yeah.
But it does
Near
have a
that
low wall.
enclosure.
Looks like a low stone wall of 2.5 to 3 feet high. 2.5, 3 feet high. There's also a large stone building. Looks like there's been repairs, and very basically the village itself appears to have undergone. A lot of the houses have been repaired. There's smoke coming out from under the eaves of some of them. None of them appear to be using like the fireplaces that you can see built into them. Yeah. So sorry.
What
to
say
interrupt.
y'all? Oh, you're fine.
I think that'll be okay.
Will you be able to
would-
get across, Hutton?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
How deep is it?
Can't say from here.
I think I'll be okay now. It's just a little limp.
All right.
Not like any of us can get much wetter. That is, of course, Pete. Takes his hat
All right,
off and
let's
tips
go.
it. Water pours off of it. He puts it back on his wet head.
Good.
Let's say.
Go ahead.
So who are the NPCs with us? You said Pete Sutter,
Yeah.
and then
Pete Sutter, he has a Colt Peacemaker on his side, and he's carrying a 44-40 Winchester 73 rifle. You've got Jim Bat. Yes. Jim
okay.
Bat. He's got Well, you don't know what armament he's got, like sidearm. You don't see one. Hazard, you know he's got a little police pistol in his jacket, and he's carrying a Hawkins rifle and the Sharps rifle. And then there is Daniel Graves, who is Hazard's valet or servant, and he does not appear to be armed either.
Okay.
I mean, he doesn't have like a sidearm on his side. He's not carrying a rifle.
I start leading people up the way.
Okay, so you staying like back in the tree line? Is that the plan? So that there's no chance of being seen? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can easily make your way up. How far upstream do you want to go?
You see where it says Dunwater, where the R is?
Yes.
That looks pretty close.
Yeah, that's very close. And there's no cover right there. The trees kind of go back, and then they start to follow the river a little further past where it is on the map.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Now, is there going to be a place kind of like that R spot up the ways?
Maybe. You're not sure.
Because I want to go up and then try to find a narrow spot.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so you're looking for a place that'd be easier to cross. This river's just like, it's all brown, it's all mud, it's disgusting. Obviously, the rain's been going on since yesterday, so it's been raining here too. But eventually, yeah, you can find a spot that looks like you should be able to ford it.
Okay, sweet.
And who wants to go first? And we're going to let that person determine how hard or easy it is going to be to get across.
I'll go first.
Okay, Fernando, do you have jump or climb or any of those kind of skills?
I don't think so.
Base is 20 for both.
Base is 20?
Yep.
Okay, let me check my NPCs and see if anybody's any good at any of that stuff. Nobody puts points in jump or climb.
So, actually,
that makes sense.
Two people do that.
I've got a little bit of I got a little bit of climb, and I've got ranks in swim.
Swim.
Nice.
Your climb is probably going to be more useful unless you literally want to get in the water to swim across. And it looks like it is brisk. It's moving pretty fast.
Okay.
But if you climb, you can manage to there are places you could try to climb across essentially. You know what I mean? There are some rocks here. They could be rickety, it's hard to tell. But Sean, you could make me a climb.
Yeah.
If you make this, then it's easy to get across. Anybody can get across. If you fail it or have to push it,
we're all gonna die.
No, it just means this isn't as good a spot as Hazard thought. It's not wide, but it might be deep. Maybe those rocks that you're going to try to cross are really loose and they fall over. Uh-oh. How'd you do? Did you make it?
21 out of 23.
All right, put a check mark by it. Yeah, Hutton gets across without incident. Just kind of like bloop, 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 bloop. And
a little bit of a limp in it.
That'll be easy. And we'll just allow his success to mean that everybody can get across without making checks. Takes a little while, 10 or 15 minutes, carefully cross. Your feet get wet if you're not wearing waders, which I don't think anybody, but I think Lloyd bought some waders, or we were talking about it. So everybody's feet gets wet, and they're already wet. You guys have been tromping through the swamp. Yeah, and you managed to get to the other side. So whereabouts do you want to end up to observe, at least to make another observation, James?
I think Fernando had waders.
I thought it was just a slicker or whatever or something.
Okay.
We're going to call it a slicker. You're a few hundred yards upstream of the edge of the map. That's where you found your place that you think you could cross. You all feel pretty confident you could get back across this area. Unless you're like running from somebody, you won't have to make any checks. What do you want to do? Hazard, you're kind of in the lead right now.
Go about 10 feet into the woods and then follow the river back down.
Okay. Where do you want to end up on this map?
I want to end up...
Let me look at that again.
Yeah, I put a new one up, Sean, with everything's numbered, just to make it easier for people to say, I want to go to this building, I want to go to this, blah, 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 whatever.
Oh, honestly, beside 27, the edge of the map, is that woods all the way down to 7, or does it clear up around the cemetery, kind of to the right of it?
No, it's pretty consistent. I mean, it's not like trees.
Yes.
But it's fairly consistent all the way around. Now that area hasn't been cleared out. A lot of new growth. A lot of probably quite a few trees that are less than 10 years old, or 15
Probably.
years old that were probably cleared before the influenza epidemic that wiped out this town initially back in the 60s.
Mhm.
But yeah, there's quite a bit of cover. So where do you wanna take your first survey or see what you can see though?
Probably stick the head out right above 27.
Okay, yeah. So make a luck check, James.
Look, check.
Let's see if there's some really good cover there, or if it's just the same as every place else.
52 out of 65.
All right, yeah, you guys find another like a deadfall there, where a bunch of logs had been cut down at some point and put there for some reason. They're all rotten, but they make a good break. They probably wouldn't be too good for stopping bullets, but they are certainly good for stopping people from seeing you. And from this juncture, you can see that is indeed a cemetery. Most of the stones or boards have fallen over. There appear to be a couple of entrances. There aren't gates or anything like that. You do notice it looks like a couple of children are on your edge of the cemetery, towards the north edge. They appear to be natives. Dark hair, kind of ruddy, darkish skin, so you recognize them as Native Americans. And one of them has like a rock. There's a boy and a girl. And they're kind of talking. You can't make out anything they're saying from here, but they look like they're having a great time. They're giggling. The little girl starts to giggle. And then the little boy goes like this, and he chucks the rock. And it goes on it goes on the opposite side of the wall there. Everybody can make a spot hidden. There are some of these stones have fallen. This obviously has not really been tended to for years. To see if you can get a good vantage point to look and see where this rock's going. Okay, Loren, you can't. You're kind of miserable anyway. You're really wet, and you're just like, okay, it's kids, whatever. Did anybody make it?
Yes, normal.
Just Hazard. So Hazard, you got the primo spot. Did you make it, Fernando?
No, I didn't. I was agreeing with you with the Just Hazard.
Okay. You found a good spot where you can actually see between where there's a broken rock, and it looks like there's a hole. It almost looks like a grave is there. And this kid tosses this rock into the grave. And then they start giggling. They both start laughing. They're watching. They're looking towards the grave. And all of a sudden, this rock kind of comes flying out of the grave and lands nearby. And they just find this hilarious. These are small children, probably 7, 8 years old. The little boy actually falls down on the ground, laughing and holding his belly. And the little girl's just standing there, just giggling and giggling, giggling and giggling. And as you watch them, this game kind of continues. Eventually, they stop laughing. They pick up the rock, and they give it a little toss, and they say something. You can't make it out from this distance. And whatever's in that hole is throwing this rock back out. Nobody else really can see this. Yeah. All you guys can see is they throw this rock, and then it comes back at him a minute later. Yeah, they're playing some kind of game. You have no idea what kind of game. And everybody can make a listen check too. I'll allow that before you have. I mean, you're sitting, you're watching, you're trying to gauge things.
24.
Failed that too.
Regular.
Hard success.
The children are speaking gibberish, as far as you can tell. Maybe you just can't hear it very well. Someone else is also talking, Hazard. You can hear that. As far as you're concerned, it must be somebody in that hole. Hutton, whoever's talking, is replying to the children. It's also gibberish, but it's broken gibberish. It's not like we're talking here, blah, blah. It's more like blah, 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 blah. Like it's somebody who's not super familiar with the language.
Okay.
Is replying to them occasionally. And they must be, whoever that person is, Hutton, as far as you're concerned, must be lying next to the wall. Probably his back to it and just chucking this rock back when they throw it to him.
Okay.
Hazard, the voice is definitely coming from this open grave. Is really what it looks like. So yeah, there you go. That's what's playing out here in this little cemetery.
What does 1 look like from this angle?
What does what?
1. Building 1.
Building 1's that large stone building.
See the doors on the side?
It's seen some repairs. Yes, there are doors. You can just make out doors on the southeast side facing the village.
Gotcha.
And occasionally you can see people moving around in the village. Again, from this distance, it might be those Indians that are all messed up. It might not. It's not easy to tell.
But these little Indians don't look messed up.
No, they look fine. You're close enough to definitely see them. They're only, 30, 40 feet away, maybe a little further. No, they're just children. They're native children. They're soaking wet from the rain. They don't seem to care. They're wearing doeskin clothing and moccasins. They're not armed. They don't have any weaponry or anything that even resembles a knife.
Having fun in the rain.
Yeah, they're playing with this rock.
I'm going to start heading down to kind of make my way through the woods to 7.
Okay. Pete's like, what the hell are they doing?
Yeah, I'm going to follow Hazard.
It looks like that they playing with somebody in a grave.
No, you didn't see the grave, remember, Hutton?
Oh, I just hear someone talking.
You think somebody's leaning against the wall, probably.
Okay.
Sitting on the ground, leaning against the wall.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. So he said that. Somebody's leaning against the wall and playing. Before we move on, you guys might want to, tell each other what's happening. Keep that in mind.
Oh, yeah.
Because nobody has mentioned anything they've seen or heard to anybody except for Hutton.
Looks like some kids just throwing rocks into a grave and then someone throwing them back.
Into a grave?
Grave?
Somebody might be digging one.
I'm gonna look again.
You can try to find a better jockey for a better position, Loren. Yeah. Give me a spot hidden to see if you can find a decent. Or you can just go over where Hazard is. He can see it, obviously.
Nope.
If you want, you could just go over to where Hazard is too, and try to.
Yeah, I'll go over where Hazard's.
Yeah, you can see the grave. It looks like a grave. You can't see anybody in it. You don't see any dirt flying out of it.
Does it look like it has a marker?
If it does, it fell over.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe there's another kid in the hole.
What? Pete's appalled at this. What the hell is wrong with these people? What the hell is wrong with them? They're putting a kid in a hole. It's a grave, you said?
I mean,
it looks like a cemetery.
It's a hole in the ground in a graveyard.
What is wrong with these people? There's something wrong with these people. He gives you a nudge, Hazard, with his gun. Like with the gun barrel, he's got the rifle. He just kind of gives you a nudge. What you bring us into?
No, not sure yet.
Okay, the kids leave. You see the kids kind of head out of the graveyard. They're done playing and they're bored. Maybe they have to go do chores. Who knows? Oh, by the way, it was about 2 p.m. up in your first spot. It's probably around 2:30. If you check your watch, it's around 2:30 by now. With spot number 2, it only took about half an hour to get here.
Okay,
got you. 2:30.
There it is.
Okay, so
2:30 cemetery. Yeah, so the kids have left, but you didn't see anybody climb out of that hole.
Yes. So definitely curious. Sneak up. Let's look in the hole.
Okay, you want to make me a sneak check?
Yeah, trying to be sneaky.
Are you just going? Do you say anything to everybody else, or you just walk away?
I'm going to see what's in that hole. I'm going to see what's in that hole.
I'll move with Hazard, and if I see he's trying to be...
Oh, he's creeping. He's a creep.
I will attempt to creep
out of... Oh, it's still at base of 20.
It's still at base. Regular success is still a success.
Yeah, no, it's checked too.
I got 15.
I don't even remember the last time I stealthed. Maybe the boat attack.
I say the only time I can think where you stealth was during the fire. Before the fire.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I did stealth there.
Yeah, you did.
I did not stealth on the boat, I don't think, because I was trying to pretend to be a crewman.
Skills. I'm going to need a hard success. Sean, did you get a hard success?
I got a 15 out of 20. So
that's regular success. So the two of you are creeping up. Just the two of you, right? At this juncture?
Yeah,
I think so.
holding still. I might have my rifle out.
Fernando realizes his inadequacies in the stealthing department.
No.
No. I am the best
He's
at it.
great.
I'm
He's just
great.
slow at it.
Pete's not great. Okay. Yeah, you creep up to the edge of the wall. And you can peek in. You can definitely see it looks like it's a grave. It's weird because the dirt, you dig a grave, you put the dirt in a pile.
Yeah.
This dirt's scattered all around the grave.
Very sloppy work.
Someone calls out from the hole. He says, "Atoya?" No, he said, "Atoya, Atoya, tasalaka." Something like that. You don't understand it. It sounds like a question. Not sure what it means.
Do you understand that?
That's not Latin.
Nope, it's definitely not Latin.
Now it sounds like Indians speak, but
That does sound like a native language.
Can we see anybody, or do we have to move closer?
You're looking, you're talking very quietly, and a head pops up out of the hole, and you can each make me a sanity check. This thing has rubbery dark skin, a muzzle. It's got ears that are almost canine.
Tough.
62. Yeah, you've never seen anything like
65.
this. Success,
Make it,
hazard,
but yes,
you do not lose any sanity. Hutton, 1. It looks around and it spots the two of you, and then it just kind of looks at you. It's like,
what the hell is that?
it kind of, you think it's grinning? It's hard to tell. He's got a lot of sharp teeth. And then it kind of gestures at you like this. Hutton waved. Hutton did this. I don't know if you saw Hazard. Maybe he was behind you.
No.
But then it waved and it did like this. Okay.
Start just going back.
Okay, Hazard just turns and goes to leave.
And I'll start moving back with Hazard.
Wait, you do this and then you move away from the wall?
Like, I'm not turning my back to it. I'm just kind of like...
Okay.
And like stepping back.
As you're backing away, you see the head pop out, that big crack that you could see the grave through.
Yeah.
It peeks around the side of that. I'm going to need Fernando to make a sanity check. You were kind of watching them from the distance, right, Fernando?
Right. Yes.
Right. So you didn't see anything until this thing peeks out of a hole. So give me sanity, please. Oh, you scream, "Oh shit!"
He probably might. I rolled a 98.
What is your sanity? Is it more than 50?
Yes.
Okay, it's not a crit fail. You do lose 4 points of sanity.
Ooh.
What the hell is that? Chupacabra! No. Those don't exist yet. Chupacabra didn't come around.
They do. We just don't know it.
Yeah, nobody's reported them. That was more in Puerto Rico anyway. So you don't know what the hell that thing is that peeks out.
He probably does curse a little bit in Spanish, though.
Yeah, okay.
Dios mío!
Pete's behind. Yeah. What's the matter there? Mexico? Apparently he has given you a nickname. A racist nickname, because Pete is a racist.
He's just probably going to point, like...
No, Pete's a little further back. You're up there with the gun. You said you were aiming, right?
Yeah.
You're covering them. But Pete and the other men are just ready. They're not actually up by the edge. A lot of heads sticking out is more likely to be seen than just yours. Although your sombrero is like 2 heads. Anyway,
Oh, no, he doesn't have the sombrero on.
Oh, okay. Well, is he wearing a hat?
He got one of those rain hats in the slicker.
He got one of those rain hats. That's right. You're wearing one of those little... Yeah. Okay, so Hutton, Hazard, how fast were you proceeding back to the deadfall? I mean, were you like pretty quick?
Halfway. Like I'm moving quickly, but I'm still crouched.
Mm-hmm.
Like nope.
Hutton was backing up. So Hutton, you're probably 10 or 15 feet from the wall.
Okay.
And this thing, whatever it is, kind of looks at you and it says, "Oh, who are you?" He's got a very thick accent. possibly from speaking through a muzzle and sharpened teeth.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not like American accent. You know what I mean? And it's not an
Yeah.
Indian accent either.
Loren?
Oh, what do you do here, Loren? Hazard, you still heading back? You hear them talking behind you. I'll give you a listen check if you want to try to hear what they're saying. But the rain is just pouring down. So
if I hear intelligible. 07.
You heard it. They're talking.
What?
They're chatting it up back there. Apparently,
It speaks English.
I see. I speak
English?
English. I speak many languages. Yes.
Who are you?
What? Oh, damn! I didn't look up a name for this guy. I meant to do that. Hold on.
Fernando.
You've had your pineapple.
Let's make it confusing.
He's had his. No, we're not gonna name. I'm not playing. Let me see. There's a random name generator here. I want him to have a good long name.
Good long name.
Well, a good
A puppy.
long-ish Spanish name.
Waiting for Andy.
Enrique.
There's a puppy.
He's a puppy.
Oh, I need a day.
It was Monday.
Go lay down.
The
Go tell Jenny and you go outside.
What? The date?
It was
Yeah,
on,
it's the April 30th.
yeah, April 30th, Monday.
I
I started writing stuff down.
am impressed and happy about that. Yeah, these places have got to have been around here. Oh, there's a great one. Okay. So I've got a place and I've got a name for this guy. I need to write this down before I say it because I don't want to lose it.
Antoine.
Nope, that's not right. Yeah, okay. Sorry about that. He says, "Oh, I am Francisco Jose." God, I can't remember my own handwriting. Hold on. Francisco Jose Barcela de Bilboa.
Oh, wow.
Loren Hutton. What are you doing here? Or no, he didn't say Hutton if you didn't say it. He said Loren. Loren, what are you doing here?
Said my last name.
All he said was Loren.
This dude about to die.
Oh my God, he knows me.
Well.
Who is your friend? You look like Englishers.
English?
He waves at you too, Hazard.
Wave.
Let me give him a spot him and see if he notices Fernando.
Oh, I say. Well, could I try to be hiding behind this log?
Not if you're going to cover them with a gun.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? You got to have the gun out over the log. But if you,
I gotcha.
and he would see you if you disappear at this point. He's not looking at you, Fernando. You know what I mean?
Okay.
If he sees you, he's not registering it. He's not like acting
I'm
like.
still staying as still as I can, just kind of watching him too.
Right. He's right now focusing on. You got Hutton, who's maybe 15 feet away, and you got Hazard, who's maybe 25 to 30 feet away. Both of them have turned back towards him. Is that correct?
Yes,
I know Hutton
and I'm moving
was.
closer.
Okay, and Hazard's moving up to Hutton. Yeah. What the hell is that thing? You've never seen anything like it. Yeah?
So, what are you?
I'm here.
What are you?
What are you?
Are you human?
Oh, it has been so many years since I have been that.
I do notice some differences.
I keep missing listen checks.
He pulls, you keep missing, so all you can hear is the falling rain and them talking. You can tell they're talking.
Right.
You're not making out you're getting a word here and there.
Is this where the Confederates are?
The who? I have two Confederates with us here, yes. No, is it? No, it's three. It is three. I learned to count many. years ago. But I was left here to guard. I am watching the entrance.
The entrance to what?
Back home.
Where is home?
Deep, deep down. You would not recognize it. Not you, unless... Are you a dreamer?
I have dreams.
Oh, no. But not those kind of dreams. Yes, you would not understand it. It is another type of place. But we can get there. We know, and that is how we came here. We were called, you see. They sent out the call. They said, "Come," and so we came. And now my Confederates talk to them. My associates, my amigos. We speak to them, and we see what they want.
Oh, not 09. I heard him say amigo.
You heard amigos. You heard Spanish. This monster speaks Spanish. What the hell?
Yeah, I'm like,
Grandpa? No.
Perfect.
Is it in that hole?
Oh, yes. There's not been good. There's been nothing good here for too long. But when we heard the call, we came and we found the hole. We came up, and it wasn't very good. It's too old. It's dusty. Once it's dusty, you can gnaw on it. Clean the teeth, but it's not very sustaining.
You talking about bones?
Oh, yeah. Yes. The coffin, it was very rotten. It's very wet down there. You know, he kind of looks around at this swamp that you're in at the edge of the ocean. It's wet. It was not pleasant. I am not liking the wetness as much. But I do know the English. I learned the English when I got left behind so many years ago. And yeah. So I was here once before, and so I came with them. But then they said, "You guard the hole. You do not speak so well." I speak perfectly fine. What are you doing here?
Investigating, looking around.
Investigating. Oh, well, it's kind of a dump. No, you wouldn't say that. It's kind of awful here. The houses fall apart. I could sneak inside and take a baby and they wouldn't even notice. Well, maybe the next morning. But we're not to do anything bad. We're just waiting. I'm just waiting.
What are you waiting for?
I'm waiting for the others to be finished talking. We were called. We were called here. And so we're here to talk. Some of them do not want to talk to us.
Oh, the local people
Yes.
called your people.
Yes. They called us here. The
And
people,
and
he
they-
looks back at the
and
village. He's kind of pointing at the village.
They're talking, and you're watching.
To my comrades. They're talking to my comrades. I'm watching the hole. Those children will walk right through. And then we'll be in trouble.
Now, are they talking in this large building over there?
I'm not sure where they are. No, the temple? No. The one in there is very, very angry about the whole situation. See, he seems to be less grumpy. I don't even know what he says. He says blah 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 blah, and he's not happy about the situation. But I don't know much of what's going on. My comrades are, they're in the village. They have been. We have been here for several days. It is, it's a council of war, you see. But I don't know what kind of war, or who the war is to be with, or if we will even be helping them, because I'm just guarding the hole, because I don't speak so well. He spits on the ground.
Well, I feel you do speak very well.
Tell them that when you see them. Are you here for the... Were you called? You were called too?
I was called by different people.
Oh, are they the ones we're fighting? If we fight, that hasn't been decided yet.
I'm not sure.
Who are you possibly fighting?
No, I don't know. I'm not included on the talks. I am just guarding the hole.
Are your compatriots as friendly as you are?
One of them is, but he is Irish. And another one, I'm not sure where he is from. I have nothing against the Irish. And no, the other two, I don't know where they're from. But they're not as old as me, I don't think.
And they came from the hole.
Yes, we all came from this hole.
Okay.
And then the others came from out of the swamp. And then, and then there were the others. I don't know if they came from the sea or the swamp. They were here before us. And they are very cold. Whew. They, I tried to talk to one of them. Oh, they would not have anything to do with me. I just go back and guard your hole. Oh, yes. Yes, Francisco, guard your hole. Just go guard our hole. Meh. But they look like you. Most of the time. Other times they look otherwise. Like a big snake.
How big of a snake?
Right. He's kneeling down by the wall. So he kind of does like this. But now remember, he's kneeling by the wall. And he started doing this and he was like, maybe. And he doesn't actually get up. He just stays kneeling there.
And so it's just a big snake that looks like a person sometimes?
They wear clothing. I don't.
Snake
it doesn't matter.
people?
Oh. Well, they do have arms and legs, yes. And then there's the others. They're
That's
bigger.
Very odd. And now is the snake person the Irish one, or?
Well, no, they're a different group from us.
Oh.
There's
No.
two of them,
No.
I think. Okay, back at the deadfall, which this creature is just not paying attention to. Loren, Fernando?
Yeah.
Make me a spot hidden or a listen.
Oh, 93. It's a fail either way. My dice are doing shit.
You're watching. What the hell are they talking about? You're catching a few words every now and then.
Right.
And then, like, right in your ear, what's going on? Is Pete Sutter's voice. Spout fucking makes you shit yourself. Because he's, like, literally, like, centimeters from you. What the hell is that?
They're just talking.
Pete lost one. He only lost 1 point of sanity, so he's fine. Oh, that thing is disgusting. What? You just been sitting here watching. Why don't you shoot it?
I don't want to give us away.
Oh yeah. He starts thinking. He's trying to figure out how to kill it without shooting it. Okay.
Might take him a minute.
If I was closer, I would just sneak up behind it and cut its throat, but with my knife. But
yeah, do that. He starts like shoving your arm like this from behind. Go cut its throat. It's gross. It's disgusting.
I was seeing it.
I don't want to look at it. He's gonna go back over to the other men. Hey, there's some kind of thing out there. It's gross. Don't look at it. You overhear that. Okay, back to you guys with this conversation with whatever the hell that is. Now, right now he's just still peeking out from behind the stone wall, by the way, too. So it'd be a hard shot, Fernando, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
You've got a very small target, head and like one shoulder.
Is there anybody else in that meeting?
There's these people who live here, yes. They are the ones who called. But I don't think the big ones are going to stay. They don't seem to like the whole idea.
The big one.
There's big hairy people. I don't know what they are. There's two of them.
Of them. So there's two big hairy people, two snake people.
Two, yes.
2 of your people.
3.
Well,
Oh,
but
man.
you are here.
When he does
but-
this guy's got fucking claws on the end of his fingers that are at least an inch long and look like they are super solid. Like something you'd see on a bear or something like that. Not cracked
Those
and
some mighty
broken.
big claws you have there, Fernando.
Yeah, they're average sized. They're sharp, yes. There are 3 of us and me. And I wasn't allowed to go in. I was told to watch the hole. And then these
And
children
how
like to
many-
come out and they throw rocks in it, so I throw them back. And they giggle and they laugh. And they think it is so much fun to throw little rocks.
And y'all don't like rocks?
Oh, I don't mind. They're too fresh for me anyway.
You like older meat?
Oh, yes. Just when it's starting to get that scent about it. Oh, he starts drooling like a lot around his mouth. Oh, I need everybody who loses sanity to jot down, what's his name? Francisco. And note how many points you lost, okay? From here on out. Like on a scrap sheet of paper, just note that.
Okay.
So if we hit that 10,
If you get to 6 with somebody like Francisco, let me know. We're going to be using, out of character, we're going to be using the Get Used to the Awfulness. If you guys have to deal with these things at all, a lot, you're only going to lose 6 before you kind of get used to dealing with it, and then, at least for a little while. But there's a lot of people in this village, so there's a chance that you'll be like, okay, I'm fine with these people, these weirdos, at least for a little while. So just keep that in mind.
And I will say thank you to that, so that way we don't go insane
Right.
if there's a whole bunch of them come out.
You can get used to monsters for short periods of time. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Especially if you have to deal with them on a daily basis or on an hourly basis or whatever. In this case, we're gonna play around with these rules a little bit too. Anyway, so sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry about that.
What building are they meeting in?
Oh, I don't know. I was not allowed to come. They said get in the hole, Francisco.
but it's not this big one, right?
That's an abbey or a church. Maybe is a I don't know. Maybe it's some kind of mill. Maybe they have some animals spinning around. My father was a miller, and he had this mule. He starts telling you the story about his father and this mule, and it would just go around and around all day long and grind the wheat. This takes like 5 minutes, and he's
Right.
It might be something like that.
But
Back in Bilboa.
and if you're here to protect this hole,
Balboa.
why are you wearing this
What?
muzzle?
This is my.
Didn't you say he was wearing a muzzle?
No, he has a muzzle.
He has a muzzle. It's like a dog's muzzle.
Oh,
that
I'm
sticks
sorry.
Out.
I thought you meant
It's
like
got a little nose
like
on it and everything. No. No,
muzzle.
it's like a dog's
Okay.
muzzle. So we'll retro that out because you
Yeah,
would
never
know
mind
that's unless you think he's wearing a mask. How many did you make your sanity check? You didn't lose any.
I did.
So it's up to you if you're like, this is just some joker wearing some weird ass mask. You could go for that or not. You could be like, what the fuck is that? I don't
How
care.
did this happen to you?
How did?
You said you were
Because they don't like how I talk, so they said get in the hole, and so now I'm watching the hole.
No, your physical features, your claws, your
Oh.
face.
Well, when I was left here, sometimes a man has to do certain things to survive. And sometimes if you do those things, you go crazy or die. Or sometimes you hide it for the rest of your life. And sometimes if you do it just right, you change into something that never dies. And your tastes change considerably. Like
Tasty flesh.
you taste flesh that has been is not new, a week or two old. We have only been getting it's not as good here, but it's too fresh. But but yes, but I could show you if you want. If you want to come back with us, I'm sure you could easily make the transition. It's not hard.
Oh.
Especially if they help. Now, I had no help. It just kind of naturally happened. But I was eating some things that most men, and he kind of gestures at you, like you guys, wouldn't be able to swallow. But I missed my ship. They left without me. It's all for the best.
I appreciate the invitation, but I'll think about it.
You should go and talk to them, to the chief.
Feel we should join
Maybe
the
he
meeting.
could use you for the war.
All right.
Even
Well,
if you are English.
Maybe.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Thank you.
Maybe.
Maybe.
All I heard was May.
Yeah.
Okay. What is that? Aha.
Well, thank you for your time, Francisco.
Oh, what was your name? I've forgotten.
You can call me William.
It's Loren, and it is William. You do not have surnames, Britishers. You are so primitive.
Well, you have a good one.
That's why you do not have as many colonies in the New World as we do.
You must have a lot.
Everything Florida and everything. You're all, Britishers only allowed in the West Indies and and Mexico. What a beautiful land! I've been there. Of course, Puerto Rico. I mean Portugal. We have Brazil. It was a terrible, terrible agreement that we made. So he's just jabbering on. You guys can both make a history check if you would like.
Yeah.
In passing, I think that's a failure.
That's fine.
40 should not succeed.
You're not super familiar with all of time and space and history, so
Damn. No.
Damn it.
you can make your own assumptions based on your
Something,
own knowledge.
something I got freaking skills in. I rolled a 97.
97. That's not a crit fail,
That
is it?
sucks.
40 is my score.
40. Oh my God!
Oh.
This guy is from 18th century France. You're pretty certain about that, Sean.
Okay.
That's your crit fail. You were like,
Yeah.
he seems Spanish, but oh my God, he must be French the way he's talking. You just are having a brain fart.
He's a Scottishman playing a Spaniard.
Yes, exactly. That's something like that.
You have a good one, Francesco.
You too, William. Goodbye, Loren. You looked interested, so you anytime.
Well, now that you have me curious, how would I go about calling you?
Oh, well, that is not easy. I don't know. There's a way. I know there's a way because, and he gestures back towards the town. They called us.
They did.
Yeah, I said it's an obligation, and it's like, oh, come on, but it's in your head. I could ask Raphael. He's the oldest of us, I think.
All right.
But I have to wait for them to come back. I'm not allowed to go into town since last time. Oh, never mind.
What was last time?
No. There's nothing. He's nothing.
I mean, I can.
Start slowly leaving.
I might be able to. Maybe I could talk to them and help you make up for last time.
Well, when
Attempt to
a baby
charm.
when a baby is crawling all alone in the mud, oh, it's so tempting because you could just kill it and wait a week, and then it's delicious. It's very good. But when I snatched it up, they did not appreciate it. He's starting to drool again. Go ahead and make me a sanity check, Loren. This is really unsettling.
Yeah. Fail.
Yeah, you're
You
just
lose-
talking about eating a baby.
Yeah, just talking about eating a baby like you talk about having veal. 1 point of sanity loss. This doesn't count
Yep.
towards like seeing this type of monster. It's
Okay.
different. It's like, oh God, what the fuck is wrong with you?
And the way you're describing it, is it kind of like foxish ears and mouth, or
No, it's more like a dog's muzzle. Dirty.
Dog
He's
muzzle.
really dirty. You suspect if you got much closer, you could probably smell him, and he probably smells filthy and awful. He's got dark rubbery looking skin. Imagine like his skin is like a tire. You know what I mean? It's like a plastic almost kind of look.
good?
He does have kind of dog ears. They're kind of ragged. The hair, it's not like a dog, like, you know how dogs cover with hair and they're real pretty? It's mostly flesh with bits of hair here and there. So it's not like
Good.
he's a dog guy. Oh boy. No,
would
he's
it
like
be
a
like-
dog that somebody put in a fire and burned and is still walking around like there's no problems. You know what I mean? Is the easiest way to put it.
Good.
It is unsettling looking. He is disgusting looking.
Have you seen any of those like ugliest dog contest winners?
Oh,
I've not, and I don't plan to.
Okay,
it's probably like that, yeah. He's
so like say there's
Gross.
some like as a Chihuahua breed or whatever where it like has like very thin hair,
right.
so you see mostly skin, but
Yeah.
there's still fur there.
Like a dog with the mange is how his hair looks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah, I was
bits
thinking
and pieces
mange.
everywhere. So it's not, and he's kind of gross looking. So there you go, Loren. That's the information you get.
Okay.
You're vaguely unsettled by this.
Yeah.
And then he creeps back into the graveyard once you two creep away, back to the deadfall. I mean, he just goes around the side of the wall and he's gone. You're guessing he went back to his hole,
Probably.
or back to inform everyone. Intruders!
All right. So I feel like all their supplies, i.e., what they stole from me, at least, is in the temple, or whatever building that is. Now, if we want to try to see what's going on in this meeting, that's probably in town somewhere, and that sounds like it's going to be a freak show.
More of what was over there?
Apparently, 3 of them,
Oh,
2 snake people,
what?
two giant furry people, and some amount of probably Indians and white people. Or, no, Indians and people.
Well, we were just hired to scout. Yes.
Yes. So I would not like to get involved in all of that mess, but getting more information is always good. So we're at an impasse.
Well, if we want more information, says Jim Bennett,
Yeah.
we're going to have to go closer.
I mean, yes.
I would agree. The big furries people. That sounds like what they say is Adam
Adam, yes, the
or
large foot gentleman.
or what I've been what I've heard is Sasquatch.
Hmm. So we could split up and check the warehouse and check for this meeting, or we could stay together. This is a pretty big group, though.
Hey, Fernando, are you still kind of watching the village? You were the one who was pretty much looking out over the deadfall.
Yeah, I'm probably
Are you peeking?
listening to them, but yeah, maybe looking over their shoulder, trying to see. I did want to try to see if I could like count numbers or something.
Yeah,
of
give me a
people
spot
walking
hidden.
around.
That's a great idea, actually. Kind of get an idea. Of
Oh, I just rolled over.
You want to push it?
I failed. Yeah, let's push it.
Okay. You're going to kind of zone out on some of this conversation, so keep that in mind roleplay-wise.
That's fine.
But go ahead, if you fail, but go ahead and make me a push roll and see if you...
Oh, 99.
Is that a crit fail?
I mean, his spot hidden is a 50.
50,
But
no.
say
It's not a crit fail. That's a...
That's
0,
a
0.
push it roll anyway.
Yeah, and it's a push roll. You're still going to make it.
Okay.
You can't help but actually... you'll get a good look at this. We'll give you that for your failed push roll. At the what you spot is from your vantage point at the cemetery. You can look towards the village, right between buildings number 7 and 6, and what you see, building number 12. None of you've gotten a good look at it. You don't know how big it is. All you know is it's where it is. Okay. But out from the front of that. No one else is really looking except for you. You see, okay, they're not people. And also part of this push roll is you're not going to be able to, I'm going to say, you're not going to be able to communicate to the rest of the group quickly what you see. You're so stunned by it. Go ahead and make me a sanity check.
19.
You see a few dark young go into the meeting. No.
What'd you say, Aaron?
I rolled a
19,
19, which is a success.
All right, you don't lose any sanity, but you're still shocked.
Right.
It appears to be a very large, humanoid-shaped person, covered in brown or umber-colored fur.
Eyes go wide and his jaw drops.
Nobody notices. Everybody is deep in this conversation about what should we do. We got to get closer. Maybe we should split up. You know, all this conversation's going on. All that you just hear like a whining in your ears as the entire conversation like vanishes.
Fades out.
Yes.
As I see this massive thing in the background.
They stand half erect. Their hands look like they end in sharp, talon-like claws. You're not sure how at this distance you're making out this detail, but you know this is what they are.
He just fixates on it. That's what it is.
Yeah, their faces have like a canine aspect. Not like that thing you saw in the graveyard at all. Totally different. And what these things do is they come out of this door that you can see. It's got to be 100 yards away. And there's 2 of them, and then they head off towards the east, and they disappear behind basically building number 7. And you're just watching, and then you see them again on the other side of building number 7, leaving the village and heading out into the swamp. And then for however long you decide, your character is just stare in that direction while this conversation continues. Well, how much information, says Jim Bat, do they need? Do we need numbers? Do we need... You said, did you guys tell them everything that this thing told you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mainly
Do they need to
confirming
know,
Confederate
are they
people.
going to attack the village? Who are they going to war with? Do we need to find that out? He's just full of questions.
Yeah.
Pete's back there
From the
just like,
sound of things,
who the heck cares?
they
Let's just
want
get
to
some dynamite.
restart the Civil War. Since they're still calling themselves Confederates.
Well, wait, did this thing mention any white men in there? Didn't you say he seemed surprised to see you? Like, why wouldn't he just think we're more Confederates if they're allies?
He may
with the
have.
Confederacy?
That's why it was probably so friendly.
Well,
and not tried to kill us.
He referred to us as English.
English.
I think because that's what we speak.
That kind of peeks towards the graveyard. He's obviously trying to get a glimpse of this thing that you guys claim you saw.
Let me know
Might
when I
not
can get
want
over
to see
there.
what he looks.
Anytime you want, Aaron. Anytime you feel it's dramatically appropriate. How about? Those things are gone. You can't see them anymore now. You're just like...
Hombre libro. Oh, no. Hombre lobo.
What the hell's he talking? What? He's talking that Mexican gibberish.
I believe you're the only one that speaks that, Fernando.
I don't know what you call it, but it's a massive man dog. And I'm
like the one we
20.
just saw?
No,
Shovel.
I'm pointing. I'm pointing.
Yeah, they're
Like,
gone. They were gone
okay,
before you could actually speak again. You know, they disappeared into
okay,
the forest.
gotcha.
You said massive. How big?
Like, how tall is every? Can I compare like how tall everyone is to what that thing might have looked like?
They were probably
Would
7 to
it be
8 feet
bigger than
tall.
everyone here?
Yeah, definitely bigger than everybody here.
Yeah,
Nobody here is like
yeah.
massive. They're all pretty average sized or tall like
Except for
normal.
me, I'm below average
Well,
in
like
height.
yeah, you
So,
are. But everybody else is kind of like average, between five, say 5'8", 5'9", and 6'2" or 6'3" at the most. I think.
and this thing was even
hmm
okay.
It had to lower its head to get out through the door.
Oh yeah,
If that's a
like
regular sized
eight,
door, about 7 foot tall, that thing's
say
tall.
eight, eight. What do you call feet? Yeah, maybe bigger.
Like this
That
foot,
would
like that.
be quite
And,
large.
and you said it looked like a dog.
Uh, dog man.
So dog face, but arms and legs.
Big claws. What did you tell me? Were
was
the arms like dangly, like longer than normal?
You couldn't tell that. It was crouched.
Okay.
They were all kind of like, but completely covered in fur.
Okay. Yeah. Completely covered in fur.
Man, you were right,
Oh,
bastard.
oh,
That is a freak show.
that sounds like the stories of Adam.
Well, we're lucky that Adam didn't kill anybody from the sound of him.
So this Adam fellow's in town too.
Allegedly. Did his feet look like human-shaped feet? Or could you tell?
You couldn't tell, Aaron.
I could not tell. It had big claws, though. Wouldn't the
You
feet
see
have
which
claws?
building they
Like
came
missile
out of.
claws?
I don't think he heard you.
Did you see what building they came out of?
The big one. The big one. You said, right? It came out of that building and it walked in between.
No. You're looking straight south.
Right.
Basically, building number
Oh.
12.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I would say the
Nice.
big one south here. It walked in between the other two.
Is that a 2-story building?
I was
Actually, I'm
guessing that
starting
one.
looking
No.
up the road. I'm getting panicked. I want to see if that thing was like coming up. Like, can we see like the trails or whatever, or the roads or the paths?
Yeah. But it went in the woods. If it's coming,
Yeah.
it's going to be coming through the woods at you.
Oh, like it went the other way.
Yeah, it went
Okay.
east. So it went to the right on the map. Quickly disappeared
Yeah,
into the
I'm
trees there.
probably getting real nervous.
Okay. There might be a road there. It doesn't. If there is, it's overgrown.
Sounds like that meeting might be ending soon if some of them already left. So we'll need to move quick if we want to catch any of it.
Well, how do you want to approach this? How do you want to deal with this, Mr. Hazard? That's bad again.
I
That's
say
the
we
voice of reason apparently in this group.
I say we stick to the woods and try to sneak around that smaller building or house to get to the larger one.
Remember,
So I'm explaining to sneak. We go as far as the map is right down through the woods around 7
okay.
to try to probably behind 13 to get to 12. It's what I'm trying to
Yeah.
explain.
Yeah, you could do that. The way the woods go, and I know this town is the map. It's really close to the edge. The woods do come fairly close to that building, the small building that you can see down there, number 13.
So,
That big creature headed off that way. Right. That's what you told me.
Yes, that's correct, Aaron.
Okay.
It went as far as you could tell, it came out of 12, and then went between 7 and 13 and into the woods. And you did see it
Okay.
go into the woods there, where they come pretty kind of close to the village. 13 is probably as close to the actual woods as any of the buildings there at all.
And I will relay that information. And that's where I thought.
they probably headed east.
If not, we can get a good head. Look good up there on a plaque. Oh, stuff the whole thing. Yeah.
I would not want to walk into my living room to see that every day.
I wouldn't put
From
it in my
the
living
description
room.
I'm hearing.
I would put it in a traveling circus and make $1 million. It's Pete.
Reminds me of how we found you, Pete.
What are you talking about?
You were a display for a while.
Oh, that's what
Yeah,
that other fella told me. Joke's a joke.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, but maybe we should move in.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are following the woods down to 13,
I'm
essentially.
sneaking.
You're sneaking. Here we go.
Sneaking.
Okay. Fernando's looks really nervous. He looks like really uptight.
Regular success.
Right. You made it. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Is everybody sneaking?
Yeah. Try to be quiet.
All right. Everybody. Let me
I
roll.
am not
Make rolls.
quiet.
Put a check if you make it. Let's see.
I got a 27 out of
Pete.
20.
Oh, Pete made it. Woo!
Nice.
He's already got a check mark. He made it before, apparently. Loren doesn't. Crunch, crackle, crunch. Loren and William Hazard are allowed. Let's see. Where's stealth? I can't believe Jim Bat doesn't have any points in stealth. That's really sad. 91. He did not make it. Crunch, crackle, crunch.
Would not have mattered if he had points.
Daniel Graves, 32. He failed as well. So Pete and Fernando are the only ones who are quiet. Fernando, it sounds like you're walking. The people around you are walking by stomping on the ground. What are they doing?
Can I be, like, a little further off from them? Like,
Okay.
Maybe even deeper in the woods a little
Does
bit.
anybody want to push your roll? Jim Bat and Graves are not going to push their rolls. They're trying to be quiet.
I want to push until we get at least towards 7.
Yeah.
Okay. Fernando and Pete are like the wind. They're very quiet. Everybody's moving about the same pace. It's probably about 3 o'clock by your timepieces by the time. Well, maybe 3:30 by the time you get down to the area of 7 and 13. Building number 7, you can smell food when you get close to that building. There's smoke coming out from under the thatch. It's not thatch really. It looks like they've tried to repair a wooden roof with thatch. There's some smoke coming out, not a whole lot, but you can smell something in there is cooking, and it smells pretty good.
Nice.
Everybody can make me a listen check. I'm not going to bother with
Nope.
NPCs.
Thank goodness.
I'm freaking out at this werewolf.
Extreme
For Lauren.
success.
You hear voices coming from 7.
All right.
Sounds like women fussing. Let's see. Here we go. It sounds like women. Several women are apparently in there. Is it just women? There's like a creaking noise. It's like metal creaking on metal. You're not sure what that is.
Okay.
You all can smell what smells like. Let's see, what are they cooking?
Succotash.
No, hold on.
Succotash.
It's kind of a pork smell, and then there's also like a fish smell.
Nice. Long pig. And fish.
You don't know. Long pig. Oh, you're a monster, James.
I
So you
just
smell
know what
that.
everybody eats around here.
The building number 13 is a smaller building. There's no like smoke coming out of this building at all. As you get kind of, are you trying to get behind it? Put the building between you
Yeah.
and the village.
Going around it. Yep.
Yeah. And Sean, and I'll let you. You rolled an extreme, so it does sound like somebody might be in this building. Your guess is a single person.
Okay.
The windows are shuttered. Well, it's not so much shuttered. It looks like pieces of leather are over the couple of windows here. Is all.
Okay.
And and like I said, these buildings are fairly old. There's cracks in the walls and that kind of thing. As you get closer, you're finally close enough to really see a building up close. A lot of the wood has kind of pulled away. You know what I mean? These were log cabins for the most part.
Okay.
So there are some cracks between the logs where whatever had been in between them has come away over probably decades since the place was abandoned back in the 60s. So that's what you hear. You think you hear somebody in there, but it sounds like just a single person. You don't see a door. Oh yeah, you do see a door. So the door would be on the north side of 13. You know what I mean? Like facing the road. There is a path here, but it looks like it was once a road. It goes a little ways into the woods, but it's totally overgrown, as if it has not been used in years. And it just peters out once it gets into the woods and the swampy area. But you guys managed to get around to the right side of that, where that looks like there's a chimney. It's in bad shape and doesn't appear to be in use. You don't smell smoke coming from this building. But you do see a front door. It looked like as you were approaching through the woods, there were a couple of windows in the front. And if you peek around the back of the house, there is another single window in the back. It's pretty small. I mean, it's big enough to climb through. But it looks like they're all covered up with some kind of leather or something from the inside. And everybody is now tucked behind 13, near the chimney, away from the village.
Okay.
So there you go. You've made it all this far. Nobody appears to have noticed you. You have noticed a few people moving around the village, but you're close enough now that peeking out to trying to get looks of people, they could spot you potentially.
I think there are women across the street, and might be one person in here.
And women must be cooking. I smell it. It smells pretty good. That's Pete.
Can I see that road or whatever?
Yes.
I want to keep my eye on the road.
Yeah, the road peters out. It's overgrown past the village. Like it might have gone
That's
someplace
fine.
once upon a time.
I'm scared of that thing coming back down that road.
Yeah,
right
you don't
now.
see any sign. Make me a spot hidden, Aaron.
That is a hard success.
There's some footprints.
Yeah, I'm
What
going
the
to point
hell?
out the footprint.
Would you what?
I'm going to point out the footprint.
Okay.
I'm,
What the hell are those?
like,
Go ahead, make me another.
You see
Make me
those?
another sanity check, Aaron.
Those
It's
are
a
some
minor one.
large
It's a very minor one, but you saw those things, man.
I failed that one too.
Lose another point. Shit, they were real. Let's see. Let's see. Three-toed footprints in the mud of this one-time road.
Is that those Adam footprints that's been seen around town? I just got to town. I never heard of Adam.
Right.
I'll look because I believe I've actually seen.
It's a big three-toed footprint, Sean. It's the right size,
Okay.
but Adam's prints look like a man's prints.
Okay, so this is
has
like missing.
3 toes, like center, side, side. You know what I mean? What? Wish you had some plaster, but you know.
Yeah.
Can you tell whether there's claws coming off of it?
It probably looks like there's some place where the dirt has
Other
been
marks further up ahead of the footprint.
Yeah, there are. Fernando looks like he is. Fernando goes pale as he points. He points him out, and you look at him, and it's just all the color has gone out of his face.
And he has a lot of color in his face.
Yeah, he's Spanish, so he's a
Good,
little darker.
good.
But yeah, he's like. He looks a little unnerved.
Yeah.
But you guys are all safely behind this house, as far as you can tell.
Do we
Let's
wanna-
sneak up to 12.
Yep.
Now, everybody, make sure you're quiet.
I'm staying put.
I will.
So what do? Just shake your head?
I'm gonna.
Yeah, I'm
quiet.
just like watching up that road. I'm scared of that thing coming back.
Okay.
11%.
Fernando doesn't move.
Almost got hard.
Okay.
I'm gonna
let's see.
push it.
Okay,
All
so
I
which,
hear is like salt and
By-
pepper whenever someone says
But
push it.
moving slower. I'm gonna go really slow.
okay, so Hazard succeeded.
Yep.
Loren is doing one of these.
And I would have succeeded on the push.
You succeed on the push, so you're still able to make. You can go as fast as Hazard.
Okay.
Here we go. Pete slips, splash into a big puddle.
Hell yeah.
God damn it! I rolled a 97.
I know
Okay,
why.
he got a
Oh,
crit
shit.
fail.
Excellent.
So,
Excellent.
Bat is not doing too well either, but he just had a regular failure. And those two would have tried to push. So, okay, so Bat. So we got Fernando behind the house, hasn't moved, just watching down the way those things went. You guys went around the back, right? You didn't go like out between 13
No,
and
not
7,
on the
right?
road.
You went out, yeah. So Hazard and Loren are both sneaking. Pete is sneaking until he puts his foot in like a fucking foot deep puddle, and then he's like, "God damn, and he starts like shaking his boot out. And behind you guys, Bat and Graves are moving at a snail's pace. You know what I mean? They had to push their rolls. They both still failed. They're very quiet, but they're having
Very
to kind of they're just looking at the ground and just trying to move as quietly as they can, not step on anything that's going to make any noise and that kind of stuff. So they're behind you guys. There's a rattling to your right after Pete steps into the puddle, and this leather shade is pulled back. And everybody and you two look. I'm assuming, right? I mean,
Yeah.
You're right there. Make sanity
Yeah.
checks. Nobody's had to make sanity checks against the Indians yet, so
I
Oh
failed.
no! I failed.
you both failed. Okay, so keep track of Indian sanity, how much you lose. Loren,
Good old Indian.
3 points. Hazard, 4 points.
Oof.
6 is pretty much the maximum. Once you hit that, you'll be okay for a while. This guy is disgusting. Okay, he's got ruddy skin. He's obviously a native, but his eyes are like twice as big as they should be. They goggle at you. The skin of his neck is got lots of folds. It almost looks like he has gills. Almost. His mouth is way too wide. He has only a little bit of hair left on his head. It appears that he's tried to comb it, so it looks even worse than if it was just like frizzed out. He's wearing some kind of maybe a robe. It's hard to tell. He's got some kind of a necklace around his neck that's appears to be made of gold. The two of you look. You go pale. 3 and 4 points of sanity is not anything to shrug at. So that is terrifying. And he says, "Oh, who are you?"
Going to the meeting.
Oh, no, come. And he's gesturing like this, and then the leather curtain falls. And there's
And
somebody moving around in the building, in that number 13.
And you said he looked like the messed up Indian.
Yo,
right?
yeah, definitely. But he definitely spoke English, too. What do you do? The others have stopped. Nobody else saw him. Pete was like this, and then there was voices, and by the time he looked, the dude was gone. And Jim Bat and Graves are too far away from the window and too close to the building to have seen who was talking. They both stopped dead when somebody spoke to you. And you said, going to the meeting. And they both stopped dead, and they're just kind of waiting. Fernando around the corner, you heard them talking, Fernando. You could even hear what they said.
Okay.
But
one of us should talk to him, Hutton.
I guess I can go.
Hazard, you realize what a terrible idea this is, as it will take him twice as long as a normal person due to his terrible lisp, his terrible stuttering. Just keep it in mind.
Oh, yeah. No, my person's just thinking, like, if we get found out at the other spot, I have the best...
What was it?
Opportunity.
What's going on?
Think.
Who was that? Do you want me to go get him? He
He
pats a knife significantly on his belt.
It was
I can do it real quiet.
Well, shoot.
I can do that too.
No, don't shoot.
We're sitting ducks here. What are y'all doing?
Y'all sneak up, and I'll see what this wants to talk about.
What are we sneaking up to do?
We're sneaking up to this building right up here.
Uh-huh.
Pointing at 12.
Right. Uh-huh. And
That's apparently the hub. We need to see what meeting's going on over there, but we just got called inside to talk to this guy as well.
The leather pulls back again, and there he is again. Pete goes,
Right there. Just like kind of wince a little bit.
You're not going to need
looking at
another
him.
roll. Is what Pete does. Come. Quickly. And it closes up again.
I'm going to go in and see what this guy's about. Y'all keep going that way.
Pete shrugs. All right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Where are you going to go? How you getting there, James?
I'm going to climb through the window.
Give me a climb check.
Yeah.
Let's see how good
messy.
this looks.
I'm just gonna
Hazard
fall into the inside of
trying
the
to
building.
climb up through this window of this log cabin.
19.
Is that a success?
I actually succeeded.
Hazard definitely crawls through the window. The man seems surprised inside. Like he expects you to come around. He looks at the door. He looks at you. He looks at the door.
The most
He says,
direct route.
Don't you know what? Bring your friends
Why do we need them?
so that you don't get killed. Meanwhile, outside, Loren and the others are sneaking. You can hang on to the rolls you made last time. I'll give Pete a new
Stick my
chance.
head back out real quick.
Yeah, you can stick your head back out. Pete succeeded second time. He's pretty quiet. You stick your head back out. Graves and Bat are right below the window now. Hutton and Pete are at the edge of the building getting ready to sneak across that open area to the back of 12.
If y'all want to quickly come in this building, just so we can question this gentleman.
Are you sure?
Okay.
I like to keep my plans fluid, Pete. They can change.
Okay.
I'm gonna go around to the front.
You're going around the front? Yeah, okay. I'll make a luck check there, Loren. Pete's following you, and behind is Bat and...
Woo! I almost failed
You
with
made
an
it?
88.
88.
I had an 88 out of 90.
Oh, God, the dude is
Jesus.
super lucky. Okay.
Forgot how lucky
Like,
you
I
were.
was
Yeah.
thinking Lauren's super lucky.
You guys need to let Loren do all the leading, because if there's ever a random,
Freaking
if you fail your
serious.
luck, you're in trouble. Lauren's all there's nobody on the street or really visible
Okay.
where you are. Actually, as you're coming around the corner, you see a woman across at number 7, wherever they're cooking at.
Yeah.
She's got a bucket. Looks like she probably just dumped something in the street, like guts or something. And she's just her back to you. She's going back into that building, but doesn't even look at your way. I mean, total back to you guys as she just goes in the building. And you hear her saying something. You don't recognize the language at all. But she says it loudly, and then inside there's like this laughter of several other women. Um, you guys creep around the side of the building. You can go into the front door. This little house, it's just a one room house. There, it looks like it's pretty comfortable. In the center, there's a circular wooden table on which lies a closed book. To one side of the table is an armchair, crudely upholstered. To the other side is a plain wooden chair. Um, in one corner, there's a brass tripod supporting a brass bowl, which is filled with hot coals. The room's kind of warm and smoky. It's not incense because there's no scent, but it's just kind of got a warm, smoky, and there's a little. Obviously, it's trickling out through the ceiling. Hazard, after you pulled your head back in, you saw that this native has sat down in the comfortable armchair. Um, and he's put a papyrus scroll of some kind down on the table. He's got a gold chain around his neck. Um, he looks awful. Like I said, his eyes are too big. Skin is like floppy. Are those gills?
Trying to look at his
they
face when I talk to him,
look
but I keep
like
looking away.
Gills, yeah. Mouth is too wide. You think his teeth might be sharp, and it doesn't look like he sharpened them. It looks almost natural. Um, um, let's see. And then within a minute, Loren opens up the front door and comes in, followed by Pete, who also saw him, so I'm not having him make another roll, and Jim Bat and Graves.
Before
Sean,
the,
sorry.
I was
Sean,
going to say
before, before what? Go ahead, James. Tell me.
before the door opens and they start coming in.
Right.
I wanted to just ask him real quick. So wait, who's going to kill us if they see us? Or wait, who's going to kill us?
Anyone. Yeah, there you go. Anyone who does not recognize you might. Especially the priests.
Priests
Yes.
of your faith?
Yes.
Okay.
And then the door
Do they
opens.
look like you? Oh, yeah. Yep.
Do they look like you? You both look towards the door where Loren walks in. And this guy kind of looks at Loren and the door, and then he looks at you, and he looks at the door again. And he kind of gives a little nod of approval as they come in. Loren, I want you to make a roll for Jim Bat's sanity, and Hazard, you can make one for
Graves?
Graves. Yes. And we'll see how they do.
36.
37.
36.
Oh, wait, was yours 36?
36 is a
That's
success. Cool. 37. 37 is a fail. No, wait a minute. Shit.
Ooh.
I've got a lot of stuff. I think 36 is his current sanity. Because there's stuff marked out, and that one seems to be. So he loses 3. And I need to erase some of these other markings on this character sheet. Which is still better than where he started. Why did he start so low? I wonder why he started so low. Oh well. Oh yeah, that's right. He's seen some things.
I sent you a message, Andy.
Oh, okay.
Let me know if that's cool.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, front or back, Aaron?
Well, the back.
Okay.
I'm just staying there
Damn it.
for now.
Okay, so you're by the window back there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you'd be able to overhear all this. Um. Yeah. So Graves is obviously distressed by seeing this man. Like, let me write. There. Let me keep track of how many he's losing too. But Bat is unfazed. And Graves, Bat actually. I pictured Graves being in the very back. He doesn't have a long arm. And he came in and just stopped, and he's staring at the guy. And so Bat reaches over and pushes the door closed. It scrapes on the floor. It's barely hanging on to the wall by leather hinges. Um, the man looks all of you over. Um, he's obviously old. He's got his eye. Well, his eyes are kind of glazed over. It looks like maybe it's hard to tell. He says, he says, who are you, and why have you come?
Well, sadly, I cannot say who I am, but you can.
I can. I'm Pete Sutter. And then Pete gives one of those. I'm watching you, old man.
But we don't mean anybody harm. These are for our protection. Because what we were coming to do, as you've said, you've got some people in this town that would try to kill us on sight.
Oh, yes, the priests. They are not
Now-
in agreement with the chief's plan.
Now, the priests are having a dispute with the chief.
They are not having a dispute, but they disagree with bringing outsiders in. It is against our ways.
Outsiders such as the
The ghouls, the Vormis, and the serpent people. They are also unhappy about the white men who bring the arms that we need. But
understandable.
where have you come from?
We've come from boat, but we were coming to look at these white people and see what they were up to.
The other white men only come and bring us arms on occasion in a great canoe, massive, that belches fire and smoke from a chimney upon it.
Now, what kind of arms would you say? Do you have any in this household?
No, there are none here. They are the
Do they look like this?
yes, like those. And he points at Hutton's rifle. He points at Pete's pistol and the rifle.
Oh, sorry. Does it look like this? Do you know what brands are?
They are put in the heat. They are used to mark certain animals that belong to the nation. Sometimes used for torture.
Yes, but there's different usage of the word brands as well. Are they as shiny weapons as these two? I like put the revolver on the table.
The revolver that looks like almost identical to every other gun that everybody's holding. I do not know.
His isn't like gilded or something like that, or has
No.
all this flourish.
His
Okay.
other one was.
Okay.
But
His
this
other- yeah,
one,
my
this
other-
is the
my
standard.
personal
This is
one.
one of your standard ones, yeah, that you saw.
Yeah, this is a regular
your own
sale.
one was special. It's gone
Okay.
as far as you know. You gave it to what's his name?
Yeah.
Yeah. I do not know the difference. They are they make the loud noises. They fling pellets at a high velocity that is faster than an arrow and more accurate than a thrown spear. You grab the gun, put it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't. He just looked at it. He didn't even touch it.
Yeah.
But where are you from? Where is your boat from?
We're from a little place further north of here. I'm looking at him very closely.
Okay. He's just taking it all in. Well, who sent you?
We were sent by the town to see what these white people were up to.
Well,
And they're apparently just selling y'all weapons.
yes, we give them our gold, much gold, for their weapons. and for the use in the war.
And are they trying to get y'all involved in their war?
They sell us these weapons for our gold.
So it's just strictly trade between you two.
Yes, as far as I know.
Okay.
I am usually privy to when they speak to the chief. He also speaks your language. And he kind of does like this. Obviously what he's speaking right now. We have called for ambassadors so that we may fight the things that have taken our homeland away from us.
What things have taken away your homeland?
Have you ever heard of creatures called yugs? Everybody can make me a spot hidden.
I have not. Shit, I'm too focused on
Yeah, you're just
trying not to
trying
look
to deal
at
with this.
guy.
Sean,
Me-
he is
me
now
too.
watching you guys very.
Oh.
You can't make one, Fernando. You're listening, is all, but you
Right.
can't really see it. Sean, he is watching everybody. When he asks this question, he starts looking at everybody in the room, like very carefully, like gauging your reaction to the word.
Okay.
You realize this,
Oh.
Do not know what a yug is.
yeah, Hazard
Is that another monstrous beast?
or the yugya, their servants.
So the Yugya work for the Yugs.
They are their children, yes. More in the shape of man than the yugs are.
Okay. All we've heard so far is the snake people, the ghouls. I assume that's the one that was hanging out in the graveyard,
They come from
eating
underground.
bones.
Yes.
And you said what was the last one? I heard they were big and furry.
The Vormis.
Vornis.
I believe they are going to reject our alliance with the others.
What is the? How do you spell that? Vormis.
Vormis? Vormis. Vormis. I believe they will reject a possible alliance, as there is some danger in the upcoming war. So you know not. Oh, I have to look something up.
Know nothing about any yugs. Oh, maybe if you describe what they look like. I highly doubt I've seen it, but you never know.
Do you know of Zothamog? Again, Sean, he's studying everybody very carefully, checking out faces.
Zotham. No, I've not heard of that one either.
You have heard of Ublor?
Ublor?
Or Ithogtha?
Well, these are very hard to pronounce names that you're giving us. Well,
So you come from the White Village,
yes.
somewhere north of here. Do you
And we're
know,
having trouble with some other white people.
Do you know if the Quilut? No. Are they still here?
I believe the Quilut live a little north of that town.
What of the Quinault? Do you know of them?
Quinault.
You have heard of the
those
Quinault.
small
Go ahead.
Indians?
Yeah. Sorry, go. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
If the name might have been mentioned at some point. I know the other Indians though. They are around that
The
area.
Quilut. Yes, they hate us. They have always hated us.
Why do they hate you?
Oh, we are different.
You seem pretty.
They hate us.
You look
because we are
different.
different.
Yes, but
Oh yeah, that's right.
but
He's got
you
bulgy eyes.
seem pretty civilized.
Have you harmed anyone in the village yet?
No, we did see some children. They looked nothing like you though.
No, of course not. Very well.
Is that a certain age they do that?
Well, I am not to speak of it with outsiders. It is one of the
Oh.
oaths that we swear.
No offense intended.
I can introduce you to the chief. It would be safest to introduce you to the chief. If the priests hear that other outsiders are here, they will object, as it breaks our oaths of secrecy that our people need to survive.
Hmm.
I am old. I will be gone soon, I feel. But
How old does he look?
he looks like 100 years old, dude.
Oh,
He is
Jesus.
so
Oh, okay.
disgusting. I mean, just like, and he's just
So
he's just
he looks like
bad.
a fishy person, but a wrinkly fishy
Yeah,
person.
super wrinkly. Just some, or else he's got some kind of disease, maybe. He is just. This isn't what he looks like, but this comes kind of close. Let's see. Let's cover this guy up. So, kind of like that. You know what I mean? Like, just Jesus Christ. This. What is wrong with him?
Almost like a zombie.
Not so much. There's no like. The whole place smells like fish too. By the way, this whole interior of the building is just a very strong, raw fish
Fishy odor.
smell. Yes. I will make. Would you help us?
What would you need help with?
We need help against the Yugs. I cannot say more unless the chief allows it.
If your
But we
chief is
have
as
plans.
reasonable as you are,
He is
I would
not.
not mind.
But if you have not harmed anyone in the village, he will not ask for any kind of money to repay for the deaths. If you've not done any harm to us, is this all of your troop? Are there more? Did you bring an army?
No. We are missing one. He looks like he might
Just
still
one.
be
All right.
outside.
As long as he is not impetuous.
I
It'll be
hope.
good.
I don't believe he is. Can somebody look for Fernando?
Graves will go. He wants out of this room. He's like, yep. And he just turns and goes out the door. as
Sure
quick as he
thing.
can. Yeah, he's fast. He's obviously very, very nervous about this weirdo. Fernando, you hear all this, so you know Graves is
Right.
coming. You can hear his footsteps heading around the side of the house where you were.
All right, I'm going to just quickly go to him and
Yeah. He
head
finds
back
you there.
into the house.
He's like, Fernando, there's a thing in there, so brace yourself. And then he shivers, you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
He's very disturbed. You don't know this guy very well, but
Right.
he.
Well,
he,
I already saw one thing that's pretty disturbing.
You've seen
so-
two. You've seen a couple.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so
All right.
do you go into the house with him?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'm getting...
Make me a sanity check. And remember, keep track of this as you could call it Indians.
Sorry, I'll be right back, guys. Restroom.
Did you make it?
Gotcha.
No, I failed.
Okay, that could be good in the long run. If you lose little bits and pieces, 2 points. You lose 2 points of sanity, and note that for the call them Indians or call them Native Americans or whatever you want to write it on your character sheet or as your character. Fishians, Native Fish Americans.
Andy, I believe my character has seen enough of these that he would have failed a couple of other times.
What do you mean?
Because we ran into him at the house, on the boat.
Well, no.
In
That
the
was
jail.
weeks. That was days and weeks ago.
Okay. So
You
it's in a
still-
short period of time.
Yes.
Yeah.
The
Okay,
way
yeah,
that
you said
technically
that.
the rules work is you lose the max. Every day that goes by after that max comes down a point. You know what I mean?
Okay.
If
yeah,
you keep
then that
track
was
of
a long
it
time
tightly.
ago.
It's been a while. This is fresh. Now, if you hang out in this
Gotcha.
village, then you're not. Once you lose the 6 points, which is the maximum you can lose for seeing these guys, I'm gonna just throw it out there. Once you lose the maximum, once you get up to 6, then you're used to it enough. If you deal with them daily, you're not going to lose more. If you go away for a day, you come back, you're probably going to lose at least a point. If you go away for a week, you got to start all over again and make rolls. You can't totally get used to this. It's too alien. It's too wrong. There's nothing to compare it to in real life. So yeah. So you
it shouldn't be right. Pretty much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You'd have to see it every day for about a month to get used to it. I assume
you can never ever get completely used to it.
Uh-huh.
Until you go crazy, until your sanity hits 0, then you're fine. You know.
This is Cthulhu, James. You
Yes.
never get used to it.
No, you can get used to it for a short period of time, but once you're like, oh boy, I feel so much better. I've been to the asylum. I saw that doctor. I'm great. Oh, the thing again.
They said the Indians don't exist, and I feel so much better now.
Yeah, it was all my
There's
imagination.
one now.
No. Okay, so
They lied to me.
Smurf blood. Okay,
Smart blood.
delicious. Azrael.
Magically delicious.
Okay, so you come into the room. However you want to react to Aaron, you can describe
I'm
it.
probably unnerved, but I've been hearing him talk, so I'm kind of focusing on the fact that at least he's intelligent.
It's disturbing, obviously. 2 points. That's not a little. Yeah, Pete didn't lose any points. Pete's all like, whatever, he's ugly. Who cares? My mom, he looks like my mom.
How many? I have some questions then. How many priests are there?
There are. He seems to be trying to think about it. There is the high priest. There are 2 shamans under him, and 4 lesser shamans under them.
And what about these Yuz or Yug?
We are not sure. They came, and I must talk to the chief. He can tell you everything. It is better if he asks you to join the alliance that we are forming with the ghouls and the serpent people. I fear the Vormis have already left. So they feared the Yugs more than they were willing to help.
And the Yugs have a personal vendetta against y'all?
They took our place, our secret place where we live.
Oh, so you're just reclaiming your secret place?
Yes. It was the place
Okay, I'm on the same page now.
hundreds of years ago. Our people were persecuted by the Quinault and the Quelut. But our priests had cast auguries, and so they knew the doom was coming. So we fled. We fled from all of our villages. We found our secret place, our secret hiding place, where they could not come, where they did not know about. And there is where we have dwelt for hundreds of years. And now we have been ousted. He kind of gestures vaguely and he says, this is all that is left of our grand nation after the Yugs attacked us from the sea. And
oh, wow.
if the Quelut and the Quinault, these guys, the Quelut and the Quinault find us, then they will destroy us and utterly end us if they can.
All right.
One of the ghouls that came, the one that tried to take the baby out of the village, he was with the Spanish who first came here. And he...
Were you there for that?
I was not. No, I was not. But talking with him, I have learned that he was one of the first Spanish who came here hundreds of years ago. The others are not. They are of others, but we are trying to get help from the ghouls and from the serpent people. Although they are cold, the serpent people are cold and emotionless, and I do not know if we'll be able to convince them to join our alliance. If the chief accepts you, Could you bring more white men to help us?
I probably could. I'm rather wealthy in the white circles.
Oh, yes. You have much gold. He kind of fingers um, this necklace, which is
Basically.
it's a large gold chain. It looks like it's very heavy. Anybody have appraise? If you have points in appraise, I'll let you make a roll just to potentially go. Wonder if that's worth.
Nope.
Nobody.
Nope.
Okay, yeah. Does Pete? No. What's base for appraise? Is it 5?
It is
5.
5%.
Yes.
Yeah, Pete doesn't have points in it. I don't think. Yeah, none of my NPCs know anything about appraising stuff. So, yeah. But he says, I want to speak to the chief if there are other white men that could help us. If you can keep our secret from the Quinault and the Quaalude. As I've said, they hate us. They've always hated us. Let me go speak with the chief. Stay here. Do not leave this building. I cannot guarantee your safety outside of it. If anyone comes, merely stay inside. Do not answer the door. If it is one of the priests, the women also follow the priests. So they are not to be trusted until the chief has made clear that you are allies. Wait here. Wait here. He gets up and he hobbles to the door. He doesn't really walk. This is the first time you notice this. He more like hops. You know what I mean? Like his legs are not built right. Like they're not built for walking on the ground. It seems like is the impression you get.
Do they look kind of flippy?
Don't bend the wrong way, do they?
He's got robes on. He's wearing like a robe, like a ceremonial native robe kind of thing. It like totally covers him, so you can't really see his feet or his legs or anything like that.
It's not considered enough to wear a mask.
It'd have to be a full face mask. Can't wear one of those little domino masks. You should be like, Jesus!
Yeah, be like, that's doing nothing.
Why? Help me! Help me! Let me see. Let me find the notes here. No. Oh shit! What page was that on? Whew! It's hot. My computer puts off a hell of a lot of heat.
If I'm playing games, yeah, mine becomes a furnace.
Mine does all the time. That's why I like my little tiny laptop.
I actually have to remove a glass pane so it can vent better.
Oh, I could do that, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't overclock mine though, James. You cheater.
I don't either. My graphics card just runs stupid.
Oh, does it?
Sometimes it's that. Yeah, that's the software or hardware that does that. So.
Yeah, the hardware. I haven't set it to overclock. That doesn't mean it wasn't set to overclock. Which,
well,
I didn't pay for it, so if I got that, I got it for free. But
sometimes if you put in a different video card, yeah, like say the video card's going to draw more power.
I'm just glad nothing near my motherboard heats up like that. The graphics card's in a whole nother quadrant. I went too hard when I made mine, so I've got the fancy ass quadrant one. So the graphics card's up here, all hard drives and space are over here, and this bottom one has the processor and motherboard and all that fun stuff, RAM, and then the last quadrant has the power supply.
This is those guys. While he's gone, you guys can talk, actually, in character.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you do that while he's gone and I'm looking this up?
So, did he ever say how many ghouls or serpents are in town?
So, from what I've gathered, there's a total of 4 ghouls, 2 serpent people. The fuzzy ones left. I do not know how many odd Indians there are, but
there it is.
If they come in hostile, they come in fewer at a time, so we would have the advantage at first. But with all their preachers, shamans, etc., if it's anything like that owlicious, bending bastard, could be rather difficult. I do like diplomacy, though, and our mission is the white people. We have solved that portion,
Okay.
but
God, that took forever to find.
if y'all are good for it, I'd like to see what is going on in these parts.
And then Pete looks at you, Fernando, and he says, "That means no."
What means no?
He answered your question in a half an hour. No, we don't know how many of anybody's here,
All right.
except for what he heard in the graveyard, apparently. Because I've been here the whole time, I ain't heard any of this. And he kind of points at Hazard.
Okay.
Pete's rude and a dick. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that our meeting with the chieftain is as civilized as the elderly gentleman. Oh, I've forgotten his name. What was it?
You never asked his name.
Good.
Hold on. I don't have names for anybody, any of these people, so I just know them by their titles.
Say all the better, maybe.
Good.
Ooh, here's all right. Okay, there we go.
I'm starting to try to prepare myself for what is going to walk through that door. Like,
Trying to prepare yourself mentally. Like,
yeah.
oh my god. Okay,
Where
so
my dice are rolling today, though, I was like, I don't know. I've had some decent rolls.
so after 10 or 15 minutes, is there anything else you guys wanted to discuss before?
I was trying to think. I can't
fine.
think of anything else.
Okay.
I wanted to get caught up, guess on some of the other information.
This old native person comes back in. He says, "Come, the chief will see you."
All right. Does he want all of us or a
Yes.
spokes?
All of you, come. Be careful. Do not kill anyone.
All right.
You guys are
As
armed
long
to
as
the
no
teeth.
one attacks
You're
us.
armed to the teeth walking in this place.
Oh, shit. It's not my weapon, so I don't have my slings. So yeah, I'm just
Most
carrying it.
people are just carrying the rifles and everything. You leave the building. You're crossing down the road. He's leading you towards the intersection, that four-way intersection there. There's a woman. She looks pretty bad. Bug eyes, like floppy skin and everything.
I'm trying to not make eye
Patchy
contact.
hair. You can't help but look because she comes out with another bucket of something that she's probably going to throw in the street, and she stops. And she goes, "Ah!" And she shrieks at you, and everybody looks at her, so you can all make a sanity check.
And I whisper, "Should we move faster?"
Oh, there we go.
You think he's moving as fast as he can. Did you make it there, Aaron?
I did.
Sean. Okay. 4.
This is the Indian people.
4,
This is the Indian
Sean.
people?
Yeah, 4.
All right. I have hit 6.
Okay, so you're fine with them from now on. They might look bad, but you're not going to flip out. How'd you do?
Oh, I succeeded.
You don't lose any.
But real quick question on that: if he was at 4 already with this new 4, does he actually only do 2?
No, you still lose all
he
the
still
points.
Loses 4.
Yeah,
okay.
But once you've gone over that number, then you don't have to worry. Sean, for now, unless you leave this town and come back, you won't have to make sanity checks against these bug-eyed natives or any even white people that look like this or anybody that looks kind of like this. For now, you're not going to have to worry about. Fernando, how'd you do?
I succeeded.
Okay, so 0 for you. Pete, where is Pete? Well, I got the other 2 here. There he is. Pete succeeded. Nice. Pete's actually got halfway decent sanity, actually, considering. Jim Bat. Jim Bat fails. He loses 3. That's his first loss.
Oh, I know who I'm worried about now.
And Graves. You worried about Graves? Graves failed. Come on, let's not be cocked.
No, he was high on shit, but that's what his issue was.
Oh, yeah. When the murder took place, yeah, Graves was high on laudanum. He didn't know what the hell was going on. He wasn't temporarily insane, so that puts Graves up to 4 points for these natives. Pete's like, God damn, you're ugly. She starts to jabber in her language. The native that's leading you says something to her very harshly, like,
Get back in your house, woman.
Yeah, get back in. Yeah, that's what you get the impression that he says and points. And she backs into the house. She looks panicked and very much afraid. And then you hear jabbering in another language coming from inside the building. Several women are speaking pretty loudly. The minister says, "Come," and he's trying to move faster, but he hobbles and hops. It's really weird looking the way he walks.
Yeah, my guy's having no problem keeping up with him.
No, not at all. You guys go around the front. The doorway to 12 is actually on the corner there, and he leads you in there.
That's where he's taking us into 12.
Yes, that's where those things came out of, Aaron.
Oh. All right.
That's the same door. You're like, oh shit. So
yeah,
that's unnerving.
I'm getting worried.
Maybe there's not anymore.
I can run really fast.
Okay, that works. Let's see.
Now that's under control.
Description.
I don't know if you heard that, James. We're heading to building number 12.
Well,
yes. Yep. It looks like it might have been a tavern or a hotel or something.
Nice.
You enter. There's a large room in the main room. Looks like a banquet hall with several long, plain wooden tables placed end to end in the center of the hall. Wooden benches running along each side. Very crudely made. At the south end, or at the far end, at the head of the composite table is a single large wooden chair. At the same table end on either side, flanking the large single chair and facing each other, are 4 slightly smaller chairs, 2 on each side of the table. Placed on the table are a variety of earthenware pots, jars, plates, and mugs. A number of trenchers and some cloven baskets containing loaves. Against each of the west and east walls is a tall wooden cupboard. Let me check. I had to kind of combine a few things here for this to work. At that far end, let's see. I don't like that. The big chair appears to be decorated with carvings, and glints of reflected light hint at the presence of gemstones or gold inset into it. There are the heads of several creatures mounted on the walls. There are 5 women in there. They appear to be serving, like bringing food. There are some cups, rough ceramic cups, that kind of thing, as well as wooden bowls and that kind of thing. There are 2 people. They appear to be white people sitting at the table. There are 3 things from the graveyard sitting at the table. Pete made that saving throw sanity check too, didn't he? Pete is really not having problems. At the far end of the table, in this like throne kind of deal, is another one of these messed up natives, basically. But he's big. He's a big guy. It looks like he's and sitting in the 4 chairs. He's at the end. 4 chairs here are seated 4 more of these people, who all appear to be going. About half the women that are serving, 2 of the 5 women look normal. The other two are obviously have this terrible skin condition or whatever the hell's wrong with these people.
But you said 2 look normal?
Yeah, two look they're just native women. All are wearing like deer skin, that kind of thing. There are a couple of other natives in the room with rifles, like standing with the rifles kind of held upward, like they're just there. What is this? Oh shit! Okay, we're gonna retro something in. In the original scenario, the dude that you guys have talked to had 2 rooms. He only has 1 here. So, yeah, I messed that up. There was also a single bed in the room, a small bookcase with some books in it, another old leather chair, an iron chest, held closed with a padlock. There was a glove on top of the chest. And next to the bed was a tall cupboard, its door partially open, but it looked empty. So all that shit was in the room, in addition to the table and that messed up comfy chair and the other chair. So, James, are you frozen? Oh, no, I saw you blink.
No.
All right, excellent.
I'm just not moving.
You didn't move, and I was like, uh-oh, we lose James? Did we lose him? The native at the end of the table has a large knife and a tomahawk and a pistol. He's got a hazmat, actually, stuck in his belt. You recognize James immediately. He's got a gold collar around his neck and a gold armband. That's mainly what you notice about him. He's big, too. Like, he looks like he could, like... He's a good
Throw
size.
this table.
He could easily throw the whole table. And he kind of seems to be glaring at you, but it's hard to tell. So...
Oh, yeah, what do the white people look like?
It's a man and woman. And they look, they're very attractive. Both of them are blonde. They appear to be wearing regular clothing. Vests, that kind of thing. They don't appear to be armed. They're not wearing hats or anything like that. They're kind of looking at you like, who the hell are these people? You don't recognize them. They're very clean.
Okay, good.
I mean, they look really nice. They look really clean. Everybody else here has been dirty that you've seen so far. These 2 white people look clean. I need a sanity check from anybody who has to deal with the mutated natives, and a second sanity check for the ghouls. There's a lot of weirdness going on in this room.
Ooh, I'm
I'm gonna let you guys deal with that until. Okay.
Now, is it each ghoul or just...
No, just 1 for the ghouls. Sean, you failed for the ghouls.
I made both of mine.
Sick.
You made both. It's
Yeah.
0 if you make them. Let me double check the ghouls. We're gonna just start calling them. Oh wait, no, that's not the right
Oh, wait,
monster.
what about the snake
No.
people?
No.
The snake people look normal.
They just look
Oh,
like
wait,
people.
yeah.
It's just people sitting there.
Yep.
Where the hell? Here we go. Yeah. The natives and the ghouls are both 6 points. If you get 6 points, you're fine. Sean, you failed the ghouls, right? You're fine with everything else. 2 points, so put that on your character sheet. Hazard.
All right.
How'd you do? Both? Made both?
Princesses, yeah.
Wow, okay. Fernando,
So,
I made both.
you made both, so 0. What
Right.
were you asking, Loren?
so I got a question for you.
Mhm.
Like, I haven't lost, like, a ton at one time.
Right.
But just to say, I started the game at 26 sanity. And I'm currently at 16.
Well,
You're okay. You haven't
Jesus,
lost over
though.
half
wait,
yet.
you started the game. It's not
At
half.
26.
It's 1/5.
Oh, okay.
So 26 is 5 points. You started tonight's game at 26.
Yeah, and I'm at 16 now.
All right.
Okay, that makes more
So
sense.
that's kind of
That's-
2.
I've lost.
10 points.
So that means you're indefinitely insane,
Okay.
which is a phobia or night terrors or sleeplessness, insomnia. We can figure that out. It's not something that's like, boom, it suddenly happens. This is something that over the next few days you're going to be like, I can't stand snakes or whatever. And it should probably relate to some of the shit you've seen that's freaking you out.
I hate Indians!
It could
I
be
am.
that.
Loren becomes a racist.
Hell,
How many points?
Loren can't eat fish. Oh no.
Oh, yeah, fish are nasty. You could have a phobia of fish, a phobia of graves and graveyards. You've lost 10 points so far.
Tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird shit in this town. This is terrifying.
Yeah.
And your sanity did not start very high, so Loren could go crazy on us. I hope not. I got plans for Loren.
Loren's got to be admitted.
Yeah, but so we're going to consider that 2 phobias, manias, but write that down under phobias and manias. Put just a 2 for now. And this is something that we'll discuss together that makes sense. You've lost them with the ghouls. You've lost them with the fish people, right?
Yeah.
And so
I'm at 3 with the ghouls, which I called Fernando's people.
right.
7 with the
Francisco, not
natives.
Fernando.
Francisco,
Fernando,
yeah.
you're fine with.
7 with the
Okay.
fish people. 7 with the fish people. Yeah, so most likely it's going to be fish related. Yes, William Hazard.
Also,
I got to check for the NPCs. Don't let me forget.
I don't know if you were paying attention to it. It could have been your character. But I was messing with for Francisco's name every single time. Well, just about.
I didn't notice. He obviously didn't notice.
Okay. I was just
but
making sure.
It'll be in the role-playing journals.
Excellent.
All right, let's try. Let's see. Pete for the fish people. Success. 25 out of 59.
Nice.
For the ghouls. 14. Pete is a
Nice.
Pete is a boss. Pete just looks
You
at
want
him
us
like,
to do
I
best
see worse
grade?
shit than this on a Saturday night when I'm alone.
Hey, that chick over there's
Yeah,
kind of hot.
you can
That
roll.
one in the fish girl.
Hazard, you can roll for Graves. I
Graves.
should have let you each have one of these guys to roll.
Oh, 1 for the first one.
All right, fish people, he's fine with for the moment.
Somehow, because he freaked out at the other one.
Yeah, he's getting used to it. He's fine.
And 11.
11 is also a success, so he didn't lose any points for either of the groups. He didn't see this is his first look at the ghouls, and he's like, and then he looks at you, and he's like, get strength from you, Hazard. All right, who wants to roll for Jimbat, or do you want me to?
I'll do it.
I'll roll one.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, Loren, roll me for fish, and Aaron, roll me for ghouls, and we'll do fish
All right.
first, so we can keep track.
Fish is going to be a 71.
71 is a fail. He's
Success.
already
No.
lost 3. He loses 4 more. Jesus. And that puts him
Well,
at
he ain't
7
freaked
for the
out by the fish
people.
anymore.
Yeah, that's not going to bother him. Okay, what about Aaron?
I rolled a 22.
22 is a success. He's okay with the ghouls. Looks like
Apparently, my
dear
dice have gotten warmed up.
for other people. Okay. So the chief stands, walks over towards you, seems to survey you up and down, and then says, let me make sure he speaks your language. Yeah, he does speak some English. He says, Lanu has told me you have come to aid us in our alliance. Is this true? His voice has a gurgle.
It sure can be. We would have to iron out some details, of course.
You
As
are
unnerving as
welcome
they are.
Here, then. How many can you provide for the alliance?
Depends on how much time I can have. And along the lines of course, for the business proceedings, I've heard y'all have gold.
We
White
have
people
gold.
can be bought pretty easily.
How many do you need?
As many as we can have. Send for Satana. Sorry, Satanta. one of the natives with the rifle leaves, goes out the front door. The shaman's summoned. He gestures towards the ghouls. And he gestures towards the serpent people. You notice there are two large, very heavily built chairs that are empty next to them. And he can summon other things to aid us. Great things that can destroy our enemies. If we know how many of you there are, we can use that. The other white men have brought us. And he pulls the pistol out, the big hazmat. You guys notice this gun must hold at least 9 or 10 bullets. And it appears to have a shotgun barrel underneath the regular barrel. It looks like it weighs like 5 or 6 pounds. It's a heavy fucking gun. These we can use against the Yugs. They will aid us. Better than... He pats the tomahawk on his belt. And spear. And then he tucks it back in.
Well, where are the Yug?
That we will not say. Unless you swear the oath of secrecy.
Now, as a weapons manufacturer,
He looks like...
oh, sorry. The piece you were just holding up
He taps it on his belt.
is made by my company.
Your tribe makes these.
Yes. And those other white fellas that sold it to you stole that from me. Now, I'm not holding y'all liable because you can't help who you buy from. I was just wondering, in exchange for our help, I could easily get you some more guns. And I could get you some people. Let's say I could pull out 20 people rather easily. But if we need more, I'll need a little more time.
We must eliminate the Yugs and return to our homeland as soon as we can. Otherwise, other tribes will come here and find us and kill us all. The shamans have noted we do not have much time before they will mobilize against us. Weeks, perhaps a month at most. Perhaps the turning of a moon at most.
Would the shaman be okay with us being here?
He will do as he is commanded by his chief. How many men can you get? Soon.
Hutton, how many people lived in... what was that, the town?
Saltmarsh?
What's that town above Saltmarsh?
Seaton or Burl?
Burl.
Burl's
I
closer.
think I know what oh, okay.
Burl's inland, and Seaton, none of you have been to yet.
Yeah.
So, Hutton, how many people live in Burl?
Do I have any idea how many people were in Burl?
I'll give you an idea check. You've been working with the paper. It might have come up with
right.
with how many people live there because papers are sent up there. Blah 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 blah. I gotta find out how many people live there.
11 out of 75.
11 out of 75. 3 people.
That's an extreme.
20 people. No. All right, hold on. I got notes. I got tons of notes. Nobody's watching the stream. Damn it. Settlements. Fictional. There are 750 people in Burl. There are about 500 people living in Seaton, which you have not been to. You've passed through Burl to get to Saltmarsh. You know Seaton's further up the coast.
Okay.
You've never been up there. Just travel up there is a pain in the ass. It would take hours.
I think little over 700.
Good. I could get you, let's say, 100 men.
That would be good. Yes. And arms?
I should be able to. You said the next moon. How long is that? Anybody know how to?
It's probably a month, sir. That's bat.
Okay.
They obviously have a lunar calendar.
Natural world.
How
I guess?
fast do I think?
No, you could know that, Sean, if you know
Okay.
how long it takes for moons to change in real life. Your character could easily know that without a roll.
Okay.
How fast could I get stuff over here? Do you think?
Guns and stuff, like extra guns,
Yeah.
not that fast, not within a month.
Not that fast. Yeah.
Maybe by the end of a month, because you got to write to them.
Yeah.
Things have got to be arranged, then they've got to be shipped up here. If you want to spend a bunch of money, you might be able to get it sooner. It would probably be easier
They'd
just
still have to,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
travel by rail,
or ship.
wouldn't it?
They'll have to get up
Okay.
this way. They might be able to travel by rail to Seattle.
It might be the easiest. Yeah.
It could take. You ordered your gear, your guns, a
While
while ago, and they still have not yet arrived. Now
Yeah.
they might be showing up
The
Wednesday
fourth.
on the stage, so you don't know. But it's been a while. But you could buy guns in town. You could overpay people for their own weaponry if you really desperately needed some. There might be more guns for sale in Burl. There might be more guns for sale in Seaton. There's a lot of other options. You could go to Seattle and probably get some guns there if you had to.
But the easiest guns would be what we have in the church.
You do have a ton. Yeah, there's a bunch of guns there. You could. You'd have to talk to the marshal on that.
Yeah.
Or the town council is your guess.
I could get us quite a few guns as well.
Good.
At least enough for,
Nikad.
of course, what I'm bringing.
He points at one of the other men in the bigger chairs. Let me write this name down. Oh, there's an H. Nikad. Asola. Oh wait, shit. These guys. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, Nikad. You will go with the white men as my ambassador. As will Gagi.
Now, when I
He
see
is a shaman. He will not speak your language. He does not know it. Does he? Hold on. Yeah. Okay, let me figure out which shaman this is. No, he does speak your language. Sorry, he didn't say that. Gagi is a shaman. He and Nikad will go to your town as an embassy. They will be under your protection. They will speak with your leaders and help you arrange for your men to come. Do not tell the Quinault or the Quelut. Okay, the doors open at this juncture, and another robed native comes in, and he sees you guys, and he looks really pissed off. Like, extremely angry. And a conversation ensues in another language.
It's not
He's-
Spanish.
It's not Spanish. No, it's
All
a
right.
native. It's their native language. He's got
All right,
he's got
I'm just making sure.
he's got a necklace of gold with pearls embedded in it. He's got a staff with big.
it's easy to see he's irritated.
Yes, yeah. And this argument ensues. The first person who you talk to notes to you that is let's give him. Oh, that's Wakan. He tells you the high priest of Hydra. He basically, you find out that he's not pleased that you're here. It breaks the oaths of their church and of Dagon and Hydra. There's an argument the chief is basically tells him that he's the chief, and he'll cut him down and kill him if he needs to. He will not be denied. And this argument goes on for like 5 or 10 minutes before the shaman.
But we don't even understand that.
No.
Right?
The first person you met who actually talked to you.
Oh, he's translating for us.
He's not translating, but he's giving you the gist. You know what I mean? So you kind of have an idea that they're arguing about the fact that this breaks certain oaths. Will the strangers take the oaths? You know, that kind of thing. You hear the word Cthulhu at some point. It's not a pleasant conversation. But eventually it sounds like the chief wins. This new shaman person stomps out angrily, and within a half an hour, another native shows up. He's introduced as Gagi, who is one of the senior shamans, essentially, under the chief shaman, Wakan. I hope I'm going to be able to read my handwriting later. I might have to change the spelling of some of these people. Basically, it takes you all the rest of the day talking this through to come to an arrangement. Wakan wants you to swear an oath of secrecy to Dagon and Hydra. There is some dissension from the other shaman that you meet who does speak English a little bit, who notes that you are not worshippers and hence are not necessarily bound by the oath. And then some more natives come in and speak in their own language, and the chief looks at you and he says, "You did not tell me there were others of you here."
There shouldn't
There
be.
isn't.
We didn't. Oh, we did leave somebody on a boat because they were feeling ill.
4 men have
Oh wait,
arrived.
did we? Sorry.
4 men have arrived. They claim to be the ones who provide us with the guns. These are not your allies.
No, they stole those weapons from me and sold them to you. If they are the same people I'm thinking of.
One of the guards. There's a lot of these fish people in here now. The whole room stinks of fish. One of the Indians leaves, comes back in. The man leading them, who seems to be in charge, is wearing a top hat. Hazard. There are 3 men with him. They stop short when they see you.
Owlicious.
You! He does not seem terribly pleased that you're here. They look a mess. They look like they've been trudging through the swamps for a while.
Good. I thought y'all had a boat.
He's looking around very nervously. There's a lot of the natives in this room, and most of them are armed. The serpent person woman is leaning in now. This has finally started to get interesting, it looks like to her. The ghouls look bored. And there's just he's just staring at you, Hazard.
Weren't you coming to the meeting?
What'd you say, Fernando?
I'm looking back. I'm like looking at everyone, probably kind of a little panicked right now.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. We came here seeking asylum for undue persecution. From this man.
For what?
He points at you, Hazard.
Was it for theft?
Persecution, not prosecution. I am amongst those who have provided you with these arms.
With my arms.
I would not trust this man. I would not trust him at all. He looks around very nervously. You don't recognize any of the other three men who are with him. One is real nervously looking around, like.
And you said I don't recognize the other ones?
No, nobody recognizes the other three men.
Good.
They just two of them are dressed as sailors. Their clothes are ragged. The last man is actually dressed as he's wearing like kind of normal clothes, like you'd see around town. Somebody wearing.
Now I thought you only escaped with 2 other people. Who's your fourth or third friend?
Well, that remains to be seen, doesn't it?
Well, yes, that's why I asked.
Well, I'm not going to say anything more to you, Chief. We would like to leave. Now we've provided you great services in the past, and we would like to go. This man seeks my death.
Or maiming.
Yeah, you see.
I don't appreciate thieves.
Somebody's obviously translating for some of these people that don't speak English. Why don't they fight to the death? That's the serpent person lady.
We don't know if she's a serpent, though, but
you kind of can guess. Yeah, I mean they're clean. They're super like shiny, clean white people.
I thought you said they were really good looking. So.
And good looking, yeah, and pretty good looking too.
Good.
Yeah.
They are lookers.
Whoever's the victor wins.
Sadly, there'd have to be a little bit of stipulations. Aloysius here knows how to bend people's bones.
No. That wasn't Aloysius who did that. That was the dude from the boat.
Yeah, you're right.
Now you did see blood pouring out of people's eyes and shit.
I'll just rephrase what I said.
Yeah, you can rephrase it.
Now he did make a man just bleed from every orifice in his body, and crippled him with pain.
And you don't know how to do that?
I do not.
Well,
apologize.
I feel like that's your problem.
A little bit.
She winks at you. But she has cold eyes, like really cold.
Like kind of like just empty.
Like emotionless, yeah.
Yeah. Well, if we have weaponry,
everybody's just kind of looking at you.
As fast as words, but
yep, I'm just looking back and forth.
Aloysius looks very nervous.
Me too.
Well, Aloysius, I've had time to get over our grievances. How about you give me some of that gold that they gave you to pay for those arms you sold them?
Do I look
and we
like
can call it even.
I'm carrying any gold?
Obviously, you've stashed it somewhere.
No, of course not. I wish to be paid later. Anybody, you can make a psychology anytime you want, James.
I'll
definitely make a
If you guys think he's lying, you can make a psychology.
Yeah. Making one.
16
16?
out of 71.
Oh, he's lying. He's got some money stashed somewhere, James. Anybody that made it realizes that Aloysius obviously has some treasure, cash, or something stashed somewhere.
I would have to be a fool
I rolled a 99.
to believe that.
Fernando, what is your psychology, Fernando?
Well, I said I rolled a 99. Isn't that an automatic crit fail?
0 is the only auto crit fail.
It's a 20.
It's under 50.
25.
Yeah, that's a crit fail. This guy's obviously telling the truth, Fernando.
Yeah, that's right.
He's obviously telling the truth. The poor guy looks scared to death.
Right.
I can almost see the lies leaking out of your mouth.
There's a dribble of there's one line of sweat coming down out from under his top hat.
Good.
And he's wearing tattered clothes, That poor guy. The only thing that's
Right.
decent is his top hat, and even that is water soaked. It's still pouring down rain outside.
Kind of want his hat too.
Poor Aloysius. Okay, so anyway, that's how you feel, Fernando.
Right.
This poor guy. Hazard's just laying into him. Rich guy laying into this poor guy. He's a dick, but man, that's rough. It's like kicking a man when he's down. Okay, so anyway, that's how you feel with your crit fail psychology check. Go ahead, Hazard. Sorry.
Now that was so clearly a lie, where have you stored your money?
I am telling you, Hazard. No, does he even know your name? Yes, he does, actually. I'm telling you, Hazard. And you don't know how this guy knows your name, Hazard. You're not sure on that, actually. There is no money. Nothing is stored away. But if you don't wish to die, we don't have to fight. We could shake hands and go our separate ways.
Now, what makes you think I would die and you wouldn't?
You've already
I'm
said
promising
why.
to help these people. You've already helped. Your job's done. They could kill you now, and they're not losing out. If they kill me, I cannot provide for them what I'm trying to.
None of your people can
So,
actually help us then? That's the chief, Hazard, from over your shoulder. Sir, from
course we
somewhere in the
can.
room.
we just needed to discuss the payment on my part. And just to
thinking of
clear
that.
up his lie real quick, Chieftain, you did pay this man, right?
I've never seen this man before. Nor these
Or you
others.
have
Oh, those two. Maybe. They look like all the rest of them.
When you make a transaction, do you pay for it immediately?
We pay
Typically.
when we get the goods, yes. When they bring the guns, and he pats his gun again, they are paid in gold.
Thank you very much. Now, Owlicious, as you can see, now we just have a witness to your lies.
What are you talking about?
He
I've never
just-
been here before, Hazard. I've never been to this village. We came here to seek refuge. We knew where it was. I wasn't aboard the ship, remember? I was at the house.
Now, do I still get to keep my role for psychology?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, he's telling you the truth. He doesn't sound like he was on board the ship. He was in, if you remember correctly, he was in charge of running things at the house. He seems to be telling the truth on that.
Yeah.
So
So,
that was his whole deal. Was he does all the shit at the house. The Confederates were on board the ship, which might include these two sailors that he's got with him. You don't know about this other guy. You have no clue who this other guy is.
either
Still,
way, Bill.
no, still, you still don't know who he is.
Either way, it does not subtract from the fact that you have wealth somewhere.
So do you.
Do you
so
not?
what?
Pay for the goods.
What goods?
And then we don't have to fight. The goods stolen from me.
I didn't steal them from you, Hazard. I'm just a
Yeah, that-
middleman. I didn't even receive any guns. No. Yeah, he knows who you are. I didn't even receive any guns. The things that came through the house were silks and whiskey and brandy and other taxable items.
And that's not a lie, correct?
No, he's not lying. Yeah, I'll let
Okay.
you keep that role for this part of for most of the conversation. You don't think he's lying about your guns. He might know about your guns, but it sounds like the guns never came through the haunted house. They were coming straight to this village, probably.
Gotcha. Well, now that I know you had nothing to do with my weaponry, I thought you were more involved in all of the ill-gotten gains. Apparently, that is just the Confederates.
Yes.
So,
I also had
I
nothing to
guess-
do with your man. And he kind of nods towards Graves.
yes, yeah, that was the other sorcerer, voodoo man. Anyways, but
Voodoo man.
but yeah, so in all actuality, we don't have any qualms. You have a good one.
The cute blonde woman looks very disappointed. You both disappoint me, is what she says to you.
You just love bloodshed, don't you? I say to the pristine lady.
She just gives you a look, like a. She just lifts her eyebrows slightly and lowers her eyelids. Like that. It might be seductive. It feels really cold still.
Just saying, interesting.
Then, if we have no quarrel, we'll be on our merry way. The chief's looking, and you do like that, and the chief looks at you, and he says, and he just kind of gestures like this.
He was part of the band, but he was not part of the crew that actually stole, apparently. Which is good information for me.
A danger to the Alliance. They know of this place now, which could make them dangerous.
Have they not sworn the secrecy?
No, they've never been here before. Maybe those two men in the back, but not the two in the front. And you, Aloysius, and this other fellow who you have no clue who he is, were the ones in the front. I might have a picture of that other fellow.
Nice.
Oh, I might have a picture of Aloysius.
I was going to say, I don't think we've seen Aloysius.
I've never seen
Excited.
Aloysius.
Fernando never has.
I don't think anybody has. It was so
did.
dark. I don't think I've ever given you
No, you've never
a
posted it.
picture. Haunted house. There he is. Heck yeah. Whoops, I almost put it in the wrong place.
And sorry if I'm monopolizing the conversation, guys. You can cut in.
No,
whenever.
you're fine.
No, I want
As
people
far
to
as
cut
I'm
in.
concerned.
Right now. Yeah. There he is. There's Aloysius.
Good.
Oh, here's the other guy.
Oh, did you mean to put him in the NPCs?
Fuck yes.
Nice.
Hold on, damn it. Let me delete these. I hate technology sometimes. I would just hand you a piece of paper at the table. It's so much better. Okay, NPCs. So there's Aloysius. And here's the other gentleman. I'll ask you not to figure out who his name is. I think you can, like, download these pictures and it'll have the name on it, but I don't know. So I'd ask you not to do that. Okay.
And plus, you could have changed his name.
No, I haven't. That's stupid. So anyway, those are the two in the front. And the chief has just said that to you, Hazard. Wanting to know if they haven't taken the oath. No.
Oh, then I want to get him to do that.
He gestures and says something, and natives go out. There's a scuffle outside. They will be held with the other prisoner until our business is done. He says, no, with the other white man, they'll be held, is what he says.
And if you don't mind me asking, who's this other white man?
He was a man whose fishing boat came too close to our village, so we captured him.
Ah,
We destroyed the boat and pushed it back out to sea.
You were hoping it was
Ah.
It was Tex.
Well,
I don't think he was.
if we are successful in getting your place back, would you end up setting that man free afterwards?
We can do that.
Excellent.
He is unimportant. Do you remember the name, James? Do you remember the name?
Levi?
Yes, yes, that's right. Good job. Nice. Okay. We're at 10 till. Okay, so here's what ends up happening is one of the shamans and one of the basically the lieutenants to the chief is going to return to Saltmarsh with you
Yes.
to formalize the arrangement. You're probably gonna you can just hire men, or you could go
Yes.
ahead. Or
I
you could
explained to them deeply, too, that there are Quaalude people that come to the town occasionally, so we got to make sure your guy isn't noticed.
Okay, yeah. So they'll be disguised. They'll have they'll be hooded.
Okay, and that I might need to stash you somewhere.
That's fine. They
Because-
could be hidden away.
Yes.
Yeah. You can explain that to them.
And I've already got that all planned out, too.
That's fine, good.
Also, I'm interested in how much money I'm getting. I'm assuming it's a good chunk of gold.
Yeah, they can pay.
For
They can give
assistance?
you some gold. Is 100 pounds enough?
I should have
Fernando's
some
eye kind
idea
looks
of
like
that.
James
100 pounds of
per
gold.
second.
I should have some idea of the pricing of gold, I would assume.
You don't deal in gold though, probably. Unless you have appraised, you probably don't
Not
deal
usually.
in gold.
I
that's
deal-
true.
I want to say
Let's see.
I would I sell to, I would sell to whoever buys. Indians are fine.
I know somewhere in here there is like a number for.
It might even be per ounce of gold.
It probably
is the number
is.
you find.
Let's see. Business supplies, music, medical, tools and kits.
I
Shops,
freaking loved gold back then.
conveyances. Yeah. Every person in charge you see has gold on them, like lots of gold on them. Shit. Miscellaneous? No. I know I've seen it in here. Roughly what the cost of gold was. You know what? I bet I could look it up.
Price of gold and 17 whatever.
According to Gold Bar, no.
And I'd like details of where this is. Is it off the shore? Is it deep in the woods?
Annual gold.
Is it in the water?
What are you trying to get?
He's
I'm trying to
get
figure out where
information.
this fight's going down, basically.
No, you're not going to get that information yet. They're afraid it'll get out. If the
Got you.
Quaalude and the Quinault find out, then that will be bad. You might not even really know exactly where it is when you even get there.
I'm just thinking about logistics now. Like, how am I moving all these people? We could easily get that big old boat. I'm gonna have to ask for a lot of
Gold
favors.
silver price ratio.
I should
Ounce
be
of
able
silver per
to
ounce of gold. That's not what I need.
get it with throwing money around. Yeah, that's why being rich is fun.
Okay,
Fernando
hold on
really
a
wants
sec.
to tell Hazard something, but this is the time or the place.
Probably not. Write it down so you don't forget.
Oh, I won't forget. I know what I want to say.
Okay, year, close, change. I can't believe this is this hard to find.
What is it? 1877.
Yeah, I'm not finding any easy. I'm finding like certain numbers that don't seem accurate. And I know I found in here like a rough estimate. Oh, I need to stand up straight.
Yeah, I keep getting gold coins.
Yeah, that's what I kept finding too, and I don't give a fuck. I look up value of an ounce of gold in 1877 or something like that. It is warm in this room.
What, stock market price of gold?
Well, no, just
Okay,
How much you
I'm
could
just
get?
I'm just throwing out ounce like ideas because I would
Oh,
think
yeah. And I know I've seen it on one of these charts,
or
but
like
there's a lot of
market price of
charts.
gold.
Is a good spot to end on too, where we can look up all this
Right,
stuff.
this is probably where we will end. So he offers you 100 pounds of gold. Um, oh, wait a minute. No, this is
You're,
diamonds and shit.
you're saying 18.
1877, kind of the average value of gold. Say for an ounce of gold is the easiest way to
Here we
look at
go.
it.
I just found one.
Oh,
What did you
yeah, I
find?
think I did too.
All right. Historical gold prices 1833 to present.
I think I found
Currently,
that. Does it say something about
average
silver, gold?
the price of gold remained remarkably stable for long periods of time. For example,
Right.
Sir Isaac Newton, a master of the UK Mint, set the gold price at L3.17s. 10B
Yeah.
I found
per
21
troy ounce.
$21.25. But
I found that too. We're not gonna worry about it. I'll try to do some research.
What
and
I'm
figure it
seeing
out.
is 1894 per ounce.
That's still gonna be a lot of money.
Yeah.
yeah, no, that sounds like a shit
Like
ton
way
of
more
money.
than you probably need.
Yeah, for what I'm about to do.
So
So it'll be
basically,
like,
and that this is
it
where we'll
sure
end. But
will.
he's you've got two people that are going with you. They both speak some English. Wait,
I thought the shaman did not speak English.
hold on. Let me double check real quick.
For sure. Because there was a lot of back and forth thing on he does, he doesn't.
Yeah. Here we go. Oh, that's right. Yeah, this is one of the senior shamans, I guess. The scenario has two different things. A 5-hit die shaman. There are no 5-hit die shamans, except for the chief, and he wouldn't be going, the chief shaman. So it's got to be one of the senior shamans, and they do speak English, I think. Wait, I wrote it down right over here. Yeah. Okay, so both the shaman that is going with you and essentially one of his lieutenants or one of his sub-chiefs, they both speak
Gotcha.
English. They are willing to stay hidden. If it's going to be dangerous, if the Quaalude might find out about it. How soon can you have the men? They don't really need the guns. They've got a lot of guns right now.
Yeah, no, and they're giving me 100 either way, so
Yeah,
I'll just supply guns to the people that I'm trying to get.
Yeah, okay. So how many? How long? They want to know an estimate of how long you think it's going to take.
Oh yeah, and I do inform them that they're not used to seeing you type of people, nor those type of creatures.
Pointing to the ghouls.
Yes.
They will learn.
They should be fine with
They will learn.
these people
They
as
will
long as they look
learn.
like these people.
The woman says they'll be fine. Or they won't. She just kind of shrugs. Yeah.
I feel like I'm not helping as much if they don't.
Well, they'll probably all die anyway.
Fernando's looking more and more nervously.
It'll be fine, Fernando. I see. Are you like sweating?
Probably.
His eyes are probably going back and forth. What are these monsters? There's a bunch of monsters
darting
in this
around
town.
a little bit.
I hate it here. Fernando gets even more nervous when the chief is like, "You can spend the night here before going back to your town tomorrow. It is late and the weather is bad. Tell your boat that you will be there in the morning."
Will do. Also, if we have some manpower, I would assume, looking at some of you people, y'all can lift very heavy objects.
My people are strong.
Because if we can move one of these cannons, if I can get us one, that should help us greatly.
Yeah, good luck with that, but we'll see.
Yeah, I know.
So, they're going to give you an empty house. There's
It's-
pallets that are on the floor.
Foolish.
The fireplace actually looks intact if you want to start a fire. It's not terribly cold. It's number 19
Number 19.
on the map. Yeah, it's towards the coast. It's towards the front of the village.
Yep.
And that is that's where they're taking us.
Yeah, it's an empty house basically. That no one is in right now. You come to learn that the ghouls are in a house on the other side, on number 14, way on the opposite side, away from all the other houses.
Oh, and I do alert to the shaman too that that guy's a wizard. Aloysius.
Oh, okay.
Careful.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, he'll let his people know. Turns out the serpent people have 18. They're right next door.
Nice.
Oh boy.
Good.
I want to ask who.
Maybe we'll have some fun.
Digon,
I'll see you
can I
later.
ask who? Can I ask who Digon and Hydra are?
Who are you asking?
The chief.
You can make Cthulhu Mythos check. Do you have any
Oh,
Cthulhu
yeah.
Mythos yet?
No, he
Nope.
doesn't.
Nobody's gone temporary insane.
I haven't
that
gone
way, yeah.
crazy yet.
No, you guys lost. You guys have been like middling, like nitpicking little losses. So,
Congratulations, Sean. Guess what?
all right. So, you learn Dagon and Hydra. He will tell you that Dagon and Hydra are their gods, along with Great Cthulhu. Sean, what is that face?
I don't know what any of that means.
You would have to be taught by the shamans and join the temple and take the oaths to learn more. And then he's off. He's a busy guy.
That's fine. That got me pretty much the gist of what I wanted him to know.
Okay, so you guys will be spending the night here in Horror Town. Jim Bat notes that somebody should probably go back to the boat and let them know you're okay.
I'll do that. I can be right on up.
Well, the natives are going to want you to come back tonight, Aaron.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so long as you're coming back.
Thank
They'll
you for
let me go, like,
volunteering,
unaccompanied,
Fernando.
too.
Say again, Aaron.
Well, they let me go to the boat unaccompanied.
They're gonna send one man with you. One
Okay.
fishy guy. One of the natives. One of the serpent person lady volunteers, but they just look at her like she's crazy and send one of their warriors with you. He's armed with a rifle. You guys make your way to the boat, but he hangs back from the boat and warns you to remember to keep the secret.
Okay.
And that's all he says. So, what do you want to
right.
tell Tom and Bill, or Tom and Will and Stelloid's there too?
I'll tell them we've located the
It's
well,
tough.
the city or the town. We're staying the night there. We'll be back in the morning.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, they're fine with that.
All right.
Stelloid's still sick, so he doesn't say anything. He's down below decks.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. They've got some hardtack beef jerky and stuff. They can stay the night. So
Gotcha.
and then the two of you go back. It's only a mile back. It's still pouring rain. It pours rain all night. This roof is dripping everywhere. It's pretty miserable in this house, actually. You can kind of dry out. And that's where we'll end. We'll end right there.
Nice.
You've made an alliance with the Quinoat. Nobody got killed. And we'll see what happens next time. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Oh, nobody watched. That's okay. And we're going to stop the stream. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. I was hoping Hazard was going to come with me to the boat at least.